Oh wait, we're not live yet. Penis, penis, penis. Oh shit, we're live. Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh right, those are level 2. So the area you put them, that's actually for level 3 spells. The row that it is on, it kind of cycles back and forth. So the first row is cantrip, second row is level
Yep.
first.
That is so fucking weird. Okay, I see it.
Yes, it is. However, one thing that might make that potentially easier, because we're switching to spell points. If you want to also alter that, yeah, Nick, it's super easy. Go into your sheet, pull it up. I'm gonna direct Zach how to do it while I watch him, and you can follow along too.
I was just gonna
Super
do
easy.
all level 1 slots.
Exactly. So, but to change it, just to make it, you can just type the number of the slots, but to make it easier for tracking, if you change where it says slots left, right above your first level slots, just change that to say spell points, and that's all you got to do. Now, boom, everything's done, and then you can change max to be whatever your max spell points are for the level.
Is that spell points left?
Yeah, or yeah, spell points left, or I think the default just says slots.
Mine says L point because
Yeah, which confused
L
me.
plus
And
ratio.
there was at least one time I know for sure that I was like, wait a minute, have
Yeah.
I used 2 spells or do I have 2 free? So
Yeah.
that's why I added the left to it, because
That makes
I
sense.
didn't know which way it was supposed to be.
Yeah, because then on the right, that little grayed out one where it says max, that one is automatically calculated, so we will have to change that a little bit, but let me check. You're just going to have to enter that one manually. It's not going to auto-calculate, but we're not leveling up that much more often anyway. At 3rd level, you have 14 spell points. So where it says max 4, just click in that cell and change it to just be the number 14. And actually, both of them will be 14. Oh yeah, it kind of the formatting kind of cuts off the word spell points left. So
I just did points.
yeah, just points probably fits better. Oh, that's what Nick was saying. Yeah, because However, yes, SP left. We know what the number means. As long as you know what it means, whatever way you want to track that, that's up to you. So 14. Yeah. Nick, update yours to say 14.
Is that? Oh yeah. What's the link to the spell points chart?
I have it in the game, but let me try and Google it for you real quick.
I'm Googling it.
I think Wikidot has the page for it. That's where I got mine.
Okay, cool.
Did not mean to pick that up. Sorry, I thought that it was part of the background.
Because we need the cost too.
Yeah. So I do have the card for the cost. You can write that down on your sheet if you want somewhere, just as a note. But I've got that on a card here, and we'll get used to it pretty quickly. It's 2 points for first levels and 3 points for second levels. So I have it.
Wait,
literally.
So is it
What?
So I have 14 spell points.
Yes, so you have 14 spell points, and it costs 2 spell points to cast a first level slot and 3 to cast a second level slot. So spells still have levels, but don't think of them as spell levels. Think of them as point costs instead. Like mana cost spells in EverQuest. Like minor healing costs 35 mana. And actually the EverQuest game has an even more expanded spell point system where it's literally mana. So the spells in that game will cost between 3 and 5 mana for low level spells, and then as they go up to higher level, they cost more mana. But it's just a 1-to-1 ratio of conversion.
I'm doing mine differently. I'm putting mine so
however,
the max is going to say cost, so I remember how much each spell level is. And then I'm just adding another thing below points that says max.
Yeah, there you go.
And it looks like
basically
shit.
You just need. It's all just for reference. The only thing that actually matters is the number of remaining spell points, because everything else we can look up on a table, like old D&D where you had to look up things on a attack matrix. As long as you track how many points are remaining, when you take a rest, you can check how many your max is, and when you cast a spell, you can check how many that spell costs. So, whatever makes it easier for you guys to track it. It may be slightly more bookkeeping, but ultimately it will be better for everything overall.
So okay, I'll just butcher this carefully, finely tuned, and adjusted.
It's not that carefully, finely tuned and adjusted. it's mm, it's
It's
good.
more carefully fine-tuned and adjusted than I am.
Now, if it was OrcPub, I would feel super bad about it because everything there is like perfectly generated and everything. But I bet you D&D Beyond has an option for spell point. I bet there's a little checkbox you can take and it'll switch it over to spell points.
Oh yeah, we're all signing up for the $40 a month thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah, none of you's
Oh.
paying for mine, right?
That's not really a thing, right? I mean, I know it probably will be, but that's hyperbolic, right?
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No.
Well, okay, so like they're making it like different tiers and different feature levels and stuff, but the highest tier, they're basically wanting players to subscribe to it like it's an MMORPG. So they're like
yeah.
they're pricing it not it's not 40, but they're basically wanting all cuz right now just the DM has to pay for the content. But they want to make it so like you have to have a subscription in order to unlock the content, sort of a thing.
Yeah,
But
right,
they
right.
didn't officially announce it. It's just like, hey, we leaked
Okay.
this thing and let's see if everyone freaks out, sort of thing. And everyone freaked
They
out.
are
so.
just full of bad decisions, aren't they?
Yup. I mean, good news is, the way I look at it, give me the books. The books have the content I need, and people will make third-party solutions for things. Whether they'll figure out the working around the law and the agreements and stuff. OrcPub sucks because it was such a good solution, but it was literally copyright infringement on like it just straight up put everything from the books into a builder. So I can kind of understand that, but yeah, let people pay for stupid overpriced shit if they want to. I don't care. I'm not going to. It's not a requirement to play the game. It never was. Never will be.
No, but they are like really focusing heavy on D&D Beyond for the 6th edition. So you know how like 4th
Yeah.
edition like uses like you could do Theater of the Mind, but it's really designed for tiles, but then 5th edition is like really Theater of the Mind, but you could do tiles. So it's going to be like
Mhm.
the 6th edition is going to be like designed for the D&D Beyond platform, but it's going to be like, well, yeah, you could play it the old way, but all of our heavy development is going to go into the online stuff.
Yeah.
With the way they keep doing things, 6th edition is going to be a lot like me playing Pathfinder.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Pathfinder's pretty cool. It's actually closer. It's more. It's like from 4th edition to 5th edition, except they leaned more heavily into like the 3.5 element of things. So it's more. It's better than third edition, but it's a lot more intensive than 5th edition.
Most of us, the vast majority of D&D players, cannot afford to pay heavy amounts every single month for it. They already subscribe to MMOs and other stuff like that, and it's about 1 out of 4 people could afford to do it, and they usually end up being the GM.
Yeah,
you think
if the DM is paying $40 a month, but then that unlocks everyone's access to all this awesome content, like then everyone chips in, like that kind of makes sense. And then, oh hey, the DM's charging us because they are paying for, like something like that. So I think that's what they're tooling around with. But the CEO said that Dungeons and Dragons is under monetized, so they're literally looking for ways to wring more money out of it. So it probably won't be exactly like that. I was kind of joking, but yeah, that's the meme that everyone's talking about right now. Everyone's freaking out.
That was what I figured.
I still state that if they do that, they are going to lose more in the long run. They're going to chase everyone away. I think they're absolutely stupid. They don't realize that once you've had a business model and a way of doing things for something like this for 40 plus years, changing it pisses everyone off.
Yep. Yeah, they haven't figured a lot of basic marketing strategy yet. I don't think that CEO really knows what he's doing.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like
I predict one of these days we will have the expression, "Hey, remember when Wizards of the Coast?" Speaking of it, past tense.
Well, Netflix, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna do all this blah blah blah," and it's like, yeah, you're actually gonna lose more subscribers, and so in the end, you're not saving any money because, like, you're actually not making any more money because you're just going to end up losing subscriptions in the long run. And then they're like, "Oh wait, haha, just kidding. That was leaked. That's not even a real thing, you guys." But I don't even know what you're talking about. That's so weird, so
Yeah.
crazy that you think that was a real thing.
Which is annoying, but like, I mean, I don't care what I don't care if they lie about it and we were just as long as they don't do it, I don't care.
That's the new business model is
Yeah.
leak something that you're planning on doing, like the worst case, see how bad people react to it. Because look at Facebook. Facebook is now saying, "Hey, we're going to
Yeah.
charge $11.99 for a blue check mark," because they saw that Twitter did it, and overall, I guess they didn't get enough pushback, so they're like, "Oh, cool, we can do that too."
Yep.
Just how bad people bitch.
Pretty much.
Oh yeah, she got on
But
table poop.
yeah, go ahead and log on. But yeah, I mean that's the funny thing is like how much they're leaning into trying to be the proprietary solution to things, which is cool for people who want to do that, but they're also in the process alienating all the people who would want to do that, and by the time they have it out, they're not going to have any people to buy it. Like, yeah, that's a cool thing you came up with. No one's going to pay for it. Whereas I would have if they didn't do it in the shitty way.
If they make
Um,
it look, if they make it as cool as they're pretending it's going to be, then I'm interested enough to at least consider it. And
yeah,
we play often enough that I might consider a monthly fee for the stuff. But I'm not paying $20 a month. Like, I'm not paying more than
yeah,
Netflix just to move some tokens around on a board. Like,
exactly.
but if it's like, oh well, there's a base price, and then if you upgrade, then you get more detailed tokens. Okay, fine, then just give me the basic tokens because I don't care that much.
Yeah,
I just care about ease of play. It doesn't need to be super high graphics. But
yeah,
yeah, so it all depends, and that's what they're fucking around with right now. But they're devoting a substantial amount of time and money and effort and development team to making it as much of an online game as they can without it being an online game. Which I agree, Zach, is
yeah,
stupid because that's not how they've done it this whole time. And like that should be a cool optional add-on, and they should make it so that people with money want to get it, but they shouldn't make it so that it's literally like, well, I'll just go use table plop because why change what works? Or why switch to the new edition at all? We'll just cannibalize, or not cannibalize, we'll just scavenge the rule changes that we like. Like,
yeah,
what's to stop us from continuing to play if it's like, oh, all the classes and spells are all staying the same, but we're tweaking some rules and making a really expensive online version? Okay, good. Have fun with that.
yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna homebrew our own shit anyways.
Exactly. That's what people do. It used to be back in the day, like you were saying with the DM pays for things. It used to be no one would buy anything. The DM buys everything, and everyone sits around and uses the DM's books to make characters and stuff, and then you play. Everyone
That's
didn't own a PHB.
I
The
think
DM owned all the books.
that's kind of their problem, is because it's like, well, there's all these people that play, but only 1/5 of the players are actually spending any money. Which, yeah, that's
Yeah,
how it's meant to work, because most of the players, if you want to spend the money, you become a DM. Like, that's just how it is. When I decided I was going to start DMing, I became a much more engaged player, because it's like, okay, do I really want to devote this much effort into a fantasy game that I have to do all the hard lifting? Yes, but if you want to do that, then you're also going to be DMing your own games. So you're not converting anyone by making them pay. It's as it is, DMs have to beg people to put together a group. Like, unless you're at a comic book shop with a dedicated
yeah,
following and you can charge them $5 or whatever bullshit, like most of the game is being played by friends.
yeah,
And you're literally like just begging your friends to play. Like, the players are doing the DM a favor in most cases.
yeah. Yeah, so we'll see where that goes. I am not opposed to like I mean like um the D&D like the what I forget what it's called, Baldur's Gate or whatever. That is so close to 5th edition that if they had the ability to like make a campaign in Baldur's Gate,
which they're planning on.
yeah, and I haven't heard any updates on it. But anyway,
Well, they fucked the pooch on that because they're like, let's pre-order, let's sell everything as a pre-order.
Yeah.
That way we can get the money now, and then we can spend 4 years on development. Yeah, that's great, but then where's the money shot?
yeah,
You're edging for 4 years for them.
Yeah.
Because when it's finished, we all just get a free game because you already spent the money 2 or 3 years
Mhm.
ago. And now, I said edging. My channel's gonna get flagged now. Now the the game is finally out. Okay,
Edging like with the ruler, when you're, measuring very precisely.
edging with a ruler sounds like it'd be painful, but I could see benefits.
I can see some people are into that sort of thing. I'm just saying.
I'd rather edge with a toothbrush. Anyway, yeah, we just get a free game. What do they get? It's not subscription. I paid my money,
Yeah.
so they're not getting
They'll
any
probably-
more money.
They'll probably do some bullshit like, oh, and if you want to make your own campaigns, you can subscribe for $9 a month, and anyone who owns the game can play your game for free, but it costs you a subscription. Some bullshit I'm sure they'll pull, but
But then
problem is,
they're competing with D&D Beyond.
yeah,
Unlike the good old fashioned days, like you bought Warcraft free, and
Mhm.
that you had all the tools to make
Exactly.
any type of game you wanted with it for free, and people could play for free, and you could host for free. Remember that shit?
Yep.
Yes. Oh, they brought
that's not
back
how it is anymore. They want
they-
more
That
money
was the
constantly.
Did you know they brought back Warcraft 3? They re-released it and brought servers back up and everything.
Mm.
No, oh my god, I want it. I want to go play some tower defense.
It's not worth it because I bought it, and first of all, there's no tower defense games. But here's what they actually did.
Oh,
They were like,
that's the point of playing it.
oh no, we lost out on a lot of money because all these people made custom maps, and then that turned into games like League of Legends, which are now billion-dollar industries, and we could have gotten a piece of that. So we're going to put all of these restrictions on making custom maps so that if anything gets popular, people have to pay us royalties. And I played it for like a week, and then it was just boring, and there were no good maps. Because that
Yeah,
was
no.
literally the whole point of playing the game is people making custom maps and doing crazy, stupid shit.
Ridiculous shit.
Yeah, just and you go on every day, and you're like, okay, I'm bored with tower defenses. What else is on here? Oh, cool, Resident Evil. What the hell is that? And then you play it, you're like, oh wow, this is really cool. And that's what it was. It was just this fun mini game session. But now, because they made all these adjustments, because we don't want to lose out on money. Yeah, and then no one plays your game, idiots.
Yep.
Everybody over monetizes the fuck out of everything, as if the bottom 99% of us have any money to give to the top 1% anymore, anyways.
Yeah, literally. It's like, all these gamers out there are just sitting on piles of gold and we're missing out on it. Like, no. How many people spend $100,000 on Clash of Clans? Okay? One person. You're not going to... The people that aren't spending money on your games aren't spending it because they don't have it. Whatever money they have to afford on games, they're already spending it. You're not gonna shift them over. There's no golden. They're literally cutting open the golden goose. That's what it is. All these rich gamers with their rich gamer money, because you know how gamers are known for being rich and extravagant. Like, if you have a lot of money, to be honest, you're not a gamer.
And not unemployed, living in their parents' basement.
Yeah, there's so many things you can do with money. Like, gaming is for people that don't have the money to live real lives. Like, sorry, I said it. Like, if you have $1 million, is that okay? Well, excluding everyone on this call, I mean, let's be real. But if anyone else has $100 million, is that what you're going to do? Is build the ultimate gaming cave and just have every single video game system? Like, when you get that much money,
Most people know.
you travel, you go to strip clubs, you go to bars, you go to clubs.
You party. You
that's-
make yourself popular and have an entourage.
Look at the Minecraft guy. He spent all this time programming he spent all this time programming the most popular game that's been released in the last 20 years, and then he sold it for $1 billion to Minecraft. Did he go, yay, now I can sit around playing Minecraft all the time?
Minecraft.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Microsoft. sold it all to Microsoft. What did he do when he got that money? He bought a mansion in Beverly Hills. He decked himself out in clothes and plastic surgery, I assume. And then he started hosting parties 3 days a week and inviting every single rich person in Hollywood and having just banger parties with alcohol and drugs. That's what people with money do. Alcohol and drugs and partying. The reason that you game is because you
and
don't have
also
enough
they
money.
go to the dentist.
Yeah, yeah, you go to the doctor, you get your basic
That's what I would do if I had
meds.
money right now. Go to the dentist because I have a lot of cavities.
Literally. So, like, that's
They
the
hurt a
point of
lot.
gaming. Gaming is an escape. It's like reading books. If you're reading books, you're not rich, because if you're rich, you're out there just slamming it every night. Like, that's what you do when you don't have money, is I'm going to play a video game and fantasize that I'm powerful and popular. Because if you actually
And most
were,
gamers,
you wouldn't game.
they have like a specific budget, and it's like they are willing to pay for one or two things on per month that that's it. Everything else they're doing for free.
It's like all the
To take and to pay for D&D Beyond or whatever they're coming up with next, doing that would literally take away from their World of Warcraft or whatever it is that they're willing to pay for.
Yeah.
And most gamers are not going to sacrifice an actual MMO that they can play 16 hours a day
that
for
does
D&D
everything
materials.
for them, that they can play with random people. They don't have to put all this effort into getting real groups of people together. It's like the streaming platforms. Like, okay, oh look, Netflix. Now you pay $10 a month and you have access to all these movies. Wow, that's really awesome. Oh, this movie's not on Netflix. Bummer. I guess I'll go get it at Redbox. And then, oh, cool. Now there's Hulu. Wow, now there's this other option. Okay, $10 plus $10. Okay, that's $20. Oh, now they went up to 12. Oh, now they went up to 15. Oh man, I'm spending $30 a month. Like, okay, well at least I have a nice selection. Oh, now they're taking off Friends and putting it onto NBC's new platform, Peacock. Oh, now they're moving this other show to Paramount Plus. Oh, now there's Disney Plus. Oh, now there's Apple TV.
And now I'm going to myflixer dot whatever it is in the current.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so now I'm going to spend $90 to subscribe.
Where you can watch stuff for free.
What's it called? Oh, wait, don't say it again. Message.
Yeah, pirated. That's that. Yeah, it's the same type thing. You only have so much you're willing to. People have only so much. The majority of us only have so much they're willing to sub to a month, and that's going to end up being like YouTube Premium and one other thing. Like with us, we have Hulu now. That's it.
Yeah,
that's the only one.
That's what was going to happen with Netflix. Is everyone's like, well, wait a minute, I can just torrent all the stuff that Netflix has. So why am I paying for this subscription? And for me, I really got sick of, oh man, remember this movie? This movie's awesome. Let's go watch it. Not on Netflix, not on Hulu, not on Prime. It's on this other one. Oh, but there's ads. No, I can't get it. Oh, it's on YouTube if you want to rent it for $4.99. Well, this is bullshit. And then after a while, I just got sick of going, oh, well, I'm not going to watch that movie. And I'm like, hey, my laptop can cast to the TV. Isn't that fascinating? I wonder what I can do with that. And once I get my bookmarks all set up, now Deanna's like, isn't that movie on Netflix? And I'm like, I don't fucking care. Like, I'm not going to make the effort to click the Netflix button, because I can literally blank in about 2.5 minutes. Oh my God. Earlier today, it's like, you remember how you used to go to Blockbusters? For less than the time it would take to go to Blockbusters and rent 6 movies, I can be up and ready to go. And then I'm like, hey, there was that series on Apple TV Plus, whatever the bullshit it's called, that I always wanted to watch. And I'm like, oh, well, I guess I can't watch it because it's on Apple TV. I wonder if, oh, look, 3 full seasons. I wonder how long it'll take to, that's already done. Good thing I've got a terabyte of hard drive space. And then I'm sitting there, looking at my bills, my streaming bills that come out every month. And I'm like, I wonder what these are for.
Mm-hmm.
So they're doing the opposite. They're losing money because they're making people realize, just put the stuff on and leave it on. Did you hear Netflix is removing Arrested Development, including
oh my God,
including seasons 4 and 5, which were developed by Netflix?
Oh my God.
So it will be impossible
that seems stupid.
to watch those seasons. Well, they probably sell them on DVD So that's what you're going to do, right? You're going to go, oh, well, computer, I'm just going to set you to the side and I'm going to get in my car and drive to the, oh, Walmart doesn't have it. Oh, Target doesn't have it. Oh, look, there's a movie trading company 12 minutes away. Oh, 12 minutes, huh? That's about how long it takes to torrent. I mean, they're making the choices. Metallica tried to sue Napster. The only reason I ended up owning the albums is because Nick stole them all from Best Buy, which I do not condone, but he did. But I did not know
do you
that he did
technically
it.
own them? Doesn't Best Buy still own them technically?
Yeah, technically you don't own them. You are in possession of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
But technically, I don't own them either because Lane destroyed my entire collection of CDs and movies, and I've lost everything I ever bought on a hard copy. But guess what? It's all on Spotify now anyway.
What?
Now, there is a streaming service that's worth it because it is a pain in the ass to download every single album by every single artist. I love being able to go, oh, this artist is cool. I've never heard of them before. I'm going to go and just listen to just the best stuff out of their catalog, whereas before, downloading that piece by piece. So Spotify, definitely worth paying for. All of these streaming services, I mean, it's all you need to do is browse the library. Once you know what you want, I mean, a movie's a movie,
Were you ever able to log on to Tabletop Simulator?
Hold on.
Nick's going to be like, oh, wait, is that what we were waiting on?
Oh my god.
I don't see you on, so I guess I'll just...
Well, the rest of us do.
Well, I was waiting to see Jake on, but I don't. The only one I see is Lootlian, so I'll just join his game. How come I don't see you in my friends? Did you unfriend me, Jake?
No, I see you.
Yeah, I do not see you on my friends list. That's what I was waiting on. And also, I had to fuck with Will because they're like, hell, we're actually going to start playing without talking for an hour. And then I'm like, hey guys, did you hear that Dungeons & Dragons is going to charge money?
Hell.
28
These
minutes
people
later.
up at the top, they forget that the majority of us only have a very small limited amount of money that we can spend on subscriptions and stuff each month. And the more everybody wants to segment out and have more subscriptions for more services,
yeah, they keep laying us off, and every year, even if our company makes $40 billion in profit, they're like, oh, sorry guys, we can only give you the standard 2.5% raise, even though that we literally paid out hundreds of millions of dollars to shareholders. Sorry, that's just how it is. Like, where do they think the money is going to come from for us to sign up for the subscription services? The people that have the money to pay for things are already paying for everything. Like it used to be 80-20, like 20% of the population, 20% of customers spent 80% of the money. And now it's more like 90-10, like 10% of customers spend 90% of the money. Like the money pool is not getting bigger; it's getting smaller. Just give everyone raises and defenestrate Joe Biden. Was that?
I think defenestrate is probably in their search terms by this point.
Okay, re-renestrate. Free friend, re-renestrate. Just say it like
Scooby-Doo is a recent movie that just came out, so they've also added that.
No, Scooby-Doo doesn't exist anymore. Now it's just Velma, and she's black and lesbian, which I'm actually cool with that, but apparently, like, Mindy Kaling's a TERF, so now no one's watching it. Yeah, it's like, uh-oh, there's no Scooby-Doo and Velma's a lesbian, and then all the lefties are like, haha, we're gonna watch it, and then Mindy Kaling's a TERF, and then it's like, okay, now we're not watching it. And they're like, oh, our ratings just tanked because people watch things, people consume content based 100% on politics.
Yep.
It used to be we could all sit there and enjoy a heavy metal band with far right political leanings, and we didn't even know or care because we just listened to their music. And if they had a on their album cover, we would just be like, "Oh, haha, they're just trying to be edgy." But now you've got Phil Anselmo,
or we didn't notice.
Yeah, exactly.
But now everybody's like, well, I'm going to make sure to take a political stand. Hi, I'm Roseanne Barr, and I tweet racist things. Oh, well, there goes the show, Roseanne. Or, hi, I'm J.K. Rowling. And, well, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's literally like, oh, cool, there's this new band. Wait, hold on. Google political
Yeah.
leanings of this band.
Yep.
But my last friend that I
Well-
added, he was I'm in a music group, and he said something, and I responded, and he responded, and I'm like, wow, this guy knows a lot about music. Maybe I should friend request him. And the first thing I did is check his profile to see which way he leaned, and he had a great big socialism avatar, and I'm like, friend request sent.
Yeah, exactly. There's times when I'm like, where I can't tell on a band. I'm like, okay, this sounds really cool. And I will, before I even get into them, I will look them up to try and find out. Because the last thing I want to do is start to like their music and then find out that they have some horrible political alignment and say some horrible stuff. And then I have to stop listening to their music. And
Yeah.
it's just going to suck. So
See,
I don't want
that's
to
better not
invest
to get into
the
it.
time and effort. Unless I got to find out first. Don't want to invest the time and effort into them if there's a chance.
That is my goal. I need to become a big popular musical artist, and then once everyone's buying my shit, I'm gonna put out an album that says socialism, socialism, anarchy, anarchy, and people will. And that's exactly what Ministry did. Ministry had the most fucked up, hardcore, industrial shit, inspired a whole generation of musicians, and then after they got everyone hooked, they just started putting out fuck Bush, fuck Trump, fuck Fox News, socialism, anarchy, pro Antifa, and people still go to their shows. And literally, when I was at their show, there's a line in the song where they say geriatric fuckface with syphilitic mind, and I looked, and all these boomers with boomer like goatees and like gray boomer goatees are screaming that line, and you know that they have Joe Biden in mind, even though Al Jorgensen definitely voted for Joe Biden and is openly a socialist. And he's like, I liked Bernie, but I guess Joe's good just so we don't have fascism. Like, he is as left as they get, but he says stuff like, in Texas, we don't let other people think for us. And then everyone cheers, and he's like, yeah, stupid righties. Because he also got to eat. Got to fucking eat. So that's going to be me. And then I'm going to be like, haha, I was socialist the whole time. But
Yeah.
if Paul
Right.
Ryan was listening to Rage Against the Machine, like, people are fucking stupid anyway. Oh, sorry. Anyway, we can play the game
All right.
now.
So, does anyone remember? What? Go ahead.
Nothing. I was just saying, finally, we can
Oh,
play
finally.
the game now.
The spell text for clarity.
Yes,
Did you
clarity.
post it?
I did not. Hold on one second. I can get it real quick while I'm
Yes.
talking. Does
I
anyone
appreciate it, 'cause,
remember?
yeah,
Does anyone remember where we last left off?
Are we? Are they meeting us at the tower?
Who's they?
Justina and Kara.
Oh, yeah, good question.
We
So
already did.
you've all finished your. I don't remember the exact moment we left off at because we kind of hand waved the last
we
little
finished
bit.
we finished our training, right?
You finished your training. Your third day of training completed. Justina was still sick, and you woke up the day after your third day of training was complete, and Justina was recovered. So it is now the morning of the day after your third level has been attained. Everyone has leveled up everything, and you are
considering
now.
that Toddy got 2 HP increase. She did not spend that much time training.
Oh
Exactly.
yeah, that's right. The HP, that was awesome.
Yep, and you are all at your respective trainers at level 3, and your tokens are on the map where they actually are in game. So I don't know what your plan was. You guys can discuss your plan in hindsight and say, "Oh, we planned on meeting up here," or "This was the plan." I don't care, but you guys are free to do whatever you want. And I will remind you, you are planning on recruiting Elmo. I believe you decided not to bother recruiting Narfallen. Stoner McBlazed is still in the hearth at the inn, and other than that, it's to you guys.
Where's Kara? Oh, at their trainer. Up here. I see.
Well, guys, I guess we should probably meet up
There's
so we
2
can
tokens
discuss.
of Kara.
Is there a
Wait.
giant Kara?
Wait,
No,
no, that's not Kara. That's not Kara. They're the same color sometimes, so it kind of confuses me.
I'm thinking it's time to head back to the boat house, finish clearing it out.
Pantuck says, I think that's a good idea. Do you think that we should wait here and see if our party shows up, or you want to just go hang out at the inn? They might end up going there.
Yeah, I figured we would go by ourselves. No, let's go to the inn.
Okay, cool. Oh yeah, we
Oh
have
yeah.
to pick up Elmo
Do I get a
anyway.
change in how many prepared spells a day I get, or is it the same number?
I believe
One more.
so you will get one more because it is your int plus your wizard level. So it
Okay,
will
so
always
I
go.
can prepare clarity.
Yeah, you add 2 new spells, but then you can prepare one more. But also, it's been a new day in case you need to swap out spells.
Nope. I just wanted to find out because if not, then I needed to prepare clarity and figure out which spell I was going to unprepare. So
Here,
I didn't want to. I didn't want to then be at the moat house an hour from now, and I'm like, okay, I cast clarity, and Jake's like, haha, you didn't prepare it.
Here, I'm going to tell you my prepared spell list for reference in case you want to tweak anything. So, Pantok has, why the hell is Detect Magic prepared? That makes no sense whatsoever. Okay, I'm going to make one tweak on that because that's a ritual, so I don't need to prepare that. I have Mage Armor, which I'm going to cast right away, basically. Magic Missile, which is basically my main only attack spell. Sleep, which is my group disable. Invisibility, which I use for emergencies. And then Mirror Image, which is my special defense. I'm actually going to get rid of Detect Magic. And so here are my options. And Pantok is asking Toddy, which one of these should I prepare? I've got Silent Image in case we want to make an illusion for something. I have Unseen Servant, who is another conjuration that can help us like carry things or do minor tasks. He's invisible, so kind of think like Enchanter Pet, but you can command it. So no attacks, but he can pick up small objects and move stuff around.
You can command your enchanter pet. You just have to run up and sit down in front of the enemy first.
They can't attack, cannot attack. Conjure Elemental. I've got my Elemental. If he dies, then I cannot conjure another one. If I don't have that spell, I have to wait a day. So that's a risk. But I think I want to take it, unless I can't anything else. Then there's Chromatic Orb. Chromatic Orb, I can summon an orb of any element to blast an enemy with. However, because of my my subclass, I can make Magic Missile be any other element of any other spell in my book, which Chromatic Orb allows access to all those. So I can literally Magic Missile Fire, Magic Missile Thunder, I can Magic Missile anything. So I really don't need Chromatic Orb. So Silent Image, Unseen Servant, or just keep my Elemental in case it dies.
I mean, keep the elemental in case it dies. The elemental is it's actually pretty useful. I was gonna say with me, I either I prepared knock and I undid disguise self. So disguise self is not prepared. But I
Okay.
guess I could keep that one and do distorts value because I'm not going to need distort value unless we're in town, and I can always wait till the next day and prepare it if necessary.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So I'm going to prepare disguise self and unprepared distort value.
Okay, and what are your other prepared spells?
Mage armor, Tasha's caustic brew, color spray, disguise self, Tasha's hideous laughter,
Nice.
knocking clarity.
And what are your options that are unprepared right now?
Identify, which is a ritual. Comprehend languages, which is a ritual, and then distort value.
Awesome. Yep, that sounds good to me. Okay, well, let's head on over to the inn and let's talk to Elmo about hiring his services and see when our friends show up. Now I don't have to be as super careful about Stoner McBlaze. If he dies, I can bring him back for just 2 spell slots, so spell points.
He's like, oh,
Just 2.
but it hurts to die.
I don't want to waste spell points. It hurts to die. I don't want to waste spell points, but yeah, that's not a bad idea, especially since he's the weaker one, like stronger attack but weaker defense.
He's
Okay.
like sitting here thinking about going back to the void because, on a whim and starts sweating, and then that makes him start to fizzle out, which makes him more nervous, which makes him start to sweat even more. And he's like, oh God, I can see the void. I can see the void.
All right, so Pantok and Toddy travel to the inn, and what are Kara and Justina doing?
Justina's gonna head
Kara,
back to the inn.
All right.
Kara
Kara.
doesn't remember what you guys are doing, so by default just goes back to the inn and with Tokage. Whoa! This is a weird path. Anyways, Tokage temporarily goes into the stable.
All right. The stable master recognizes you and says, "Oh, welcome back." I'll take him from
Why
here
are
and
they combined?
Do what?
Why are they combined?
Oh, you
Oh,
were
okay,
selecting
thanks.
both of them.
Oh, right.
All right, so Tokage's in the stable, and you walk in. Justina, you walk in, and you see Pantok and Toddy arriving at the same time as you, and Kara arrives a few moments later as the rest of the party is all there. And you do see Narfallen is not there today, but you do see Elmo sitting at his regular table in the corner, sipping on a mug.
Okay, so Justina sees Pantok and Toddy and says, "Whoa, how'd you guys get here first? I'm an early riser, and my trainer is way closer than you guys. You must have really hauled ass."
You bet. You bet.
Pantok's like, yeah. Okay, who wants to go hire Elmo?
Not me.
Justina offers to do it.
Yeah, you go, Justina.
All right, so Justina is going to approach Elmo and say, "Hello there, Elmo. We're fixing to head out to back to that dungeon that we hit before. We've all been training for the last few days, and I think we talked to you a little bit before we started our training. And if you're ready to head off with us, we'd like to hire your services to come with if you'd like to travel with us."
He looks at you as you approach, and he recognizes you and smiles and listens to you as you speak. And after you're done speaking, he sets down his mug. He polishes it off and then sets it down and says, yes, I was waiting for you to ask. I knew you were going to be taking a break in town for a few days, but I was prepared to leave at a moment's notice. Let me just grab my stuff upstairs, and I'll come down and join you, and we'll set off for that place and figure out what's going on there once and for all. And he leaves a pile of coins on the table for the waitress and disappears upstairs.
Oh, I want to steal the coins so I could pay it back to him.
Okay. Are you just grabbing them off the table, or?
No, Justina wouldn't do that. She's not a rogue. So she'll leave it there.
No shit, Justina's the least likely character in our group to do that.
Justina walks over to Kara and says, "Hey, Kara,
Yeah?
that guy dropped some coin on the table for the waitress. You should totally try to steal it."
Hey, this is peer pressuring. But absolutely, you're correct.
Okay, I don't know, guys. I kind of support the working class. I'll steal from a lot of people, but I don't generally steal from waiters and waitresses. I'm just saying. Like, I'll steal from the patrons, but you're not stealing from Elmo. You're stealing from the poor waitress.
Well, when you
Like,
put
I
it
have
like
very
that,
little morality, but that is like one of my. I mean, if you guys want to do it, that's fine. I'm just pointing out that that's not even something I would do.
That's pretty bad.
And there is very little in this world that I would do.
That's not even Justina
pretty
or
much
Pantok.
right about that.
That's just Nick trying to get Willow to do horrible things.
It's like, hey, psst, Kara, you know how you've done already god awful things? You should do some more horrible things. Like there isn't enough on Kara's little mind.
That sounds exactly like me when I'm dating someone. Stuff I say.
Rip. Yeah, but no, when you put it as stealing from waitresses, that's a no.
So that's the thing. I mean, it could have been like a patron's money. Patron could have accidentally dropped a coin purse or something. And I've been like, yeah, sure, why not? You know, or you could return it a little lighter. But like, service industry, they get paid for shit already. I mean, come on.
As you're finishing your conversation, Elmo returns down the stairs and looks at your party He has a battle axe slung over his shoulder, and you can tell his under his shirt is thick with armor. And he says, "All right, about ready to set off. You guys got anything you need to do before we head out, or are we ready to go?"
Oh, I need to get a drink. How much for a drink? I need to slam one down before we throw out. So I go to the bar to buy a cheap drink.
Okay. Yeah, a couple copper. Elmo looks at the bartender and winks at him, and the bartender says, "What are you having?"
Whatever's cheapest. I can make it taste like whatever I want, anyways.
She pours
Probably
you.
shouldn't tell you that though.
He pours you, because the bartender guy is a guy. He pours you a mug and hands it to you and says, "This one's on the house."
Oh, thank you. How much for a second one after I slam that one down?
He says, 5 copper.
Okay, here. And I give him 5 copper, and I order a second one, and I slam that one down too. Now I'm ready to go.
Okay. You are sufficiently plastered, and the bartender takes your money and says, "All right, safe travels."
Okay. Yeah, I think we're good to head out because I'm pretty sure we exhausted all the town stuff in the last 3 sessions. So I think we're ready to go. Elmo, how much? What was your fee again to travel with us?
He says, "Oh, no.
Damn
I
it.
mean, I'm just I'm not charging you any sort of fees. I'm just a equal share party member. So whatever
Oh,
treasure
Thank you
we
for
gain,
bringing it
or
up.
God damn it.
whatever treasure we
Yeah,
gain,
because
or
we hadn't
losses
brought it
we
up at the
incur."
end. We could have disputed it, but like I don't remember signing a contract or making a deal this time. But sure, good job. All right, yes, equal share of the treasure, of course.
So if we find 1,000 gold worth of stuff, then we pay him. What's 1,000 divided by?
How good
I
is
just
Elmo
accidentally
at
threw
math?
Kara away.
You do what with Kara?
Uh,
Oh, you accidentally.
I
Oh, I see.
actually
It's
threw
up
them.
here. Wait, no, that's Narfallen.
Like I want to do to myself in real
Kara,
life.
where are you?
Yeet. But yeah, if you get 100 gold, 100 divided by 5 would be 20 versus 25 if you were splitting it between 4 people.
That's not too bad. Like 20% is really not that terrible.
Yeah.
Like
I have a question for Elmo.
What's up?
What level of grade school did you finish?
I wasn't really. I didn't really go to a traditional school. My brother and my dad just kind of taught me what I needed to know for military work, and I helped tend the fields and things like that. So,
How good at math are you? Like, what level maths did you finish?
Do you know geometry? Because I'm failing geometry.
he says, "Well, I know division and percentages, but that's about it."
Tell him we'll pay him on
Do
a
you know
logarithmic.
multiplication?
Tell him we'll pay him on a logarithmic scale.
He says, "Wow, that sounds
I
awesome."
like that idea.
Wait. That joke flew
And
over
what-
my head. Explain.
And when we say logarithmic, I literally mean beating on a drum made of wood.
Logarithmic. The more I'm going to try and explain it, but if I'm wrong, you can correct me. The more
No, I can't.
the more the number
Exponential.
goes up, the less the product goes up. So like if you have 100 gold and you're going to get 10, if the 100 goes up to 1,000, it wouldn't be 10 goes up to 100, 10 would go up to like 11. So it goes the second part goes up less than the first part. That's not the technical way, but it's a layman's
It
term.
just depends upon what log you use, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's so. Yeah, I actually I didn't even know if I used the right word, but yeah. So basically, like, if you imagine a line graph, which I don't know if you've gotten to that chapter into that lesson yet in your GEP.
Yes, I have. Don't worry.
Okay, so multiplication is just like a straight slope up, right? So the higher it goes, the more you get. But logarithm like flattens out at a certain point. So at first you get a lot, but then the higher it goes, like Jake said, the higher it goes, the less you get. So it's like, oh, if we get 100 gold, you get 20. But if we get 1,000 gold, you get 22. Like, so your percentage shrinks the more money we get. So if we get a huge amount of money, then he doesn't get all that much more.
I was going to pay him in wood.
The inverse of
That's not
logarithmic, The inverse of logarithmic would be exponential, which means the more we make, the more we get. So if we make 100 gold, he gets 20. If we make 1,000 gold, he gets 900. So it's the proportion changes depending on how much
Yep.
you make. Wow, that's actually, yeah, I used logarithmic correctly, and that's actually a really funny joke. I wasn't sure if it was. The idea is we're using some advanced math that he wouldn't understand, so he doesn't know if he's getting cheated. Oh man, we could totally do that to James.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, easily. We wouldn't even have to be fancy about it. Although Elmo right now, he's like, okay, y'all are acting really sus. Maybe I don't want to go.
Hire him as a salesman. Hire him as a salesman and tell him
Commission.
we pay
Commission!
logarithmic commission. Oh, I sound nice. Let's see. I sold a $200 widget and I got $50 out of it. So I sold a $20,000 widget. How much did I make? 57.
But yeah, so Elmo says, well, I never was much for fancy maths, so let's just stick with the tried and true even split.
Fine.
Everyone walks away with the same.
Okay.
Everyone walks away with the same amount. That's the fairest way we can do it. I reckon.
Okay, and then later on, I'm going to tell him that we count Stoner McBlazed and the Lizard as people that get shares, but we'll deal with that when we come to it. We'll find a way to cheat him a little bit. It depends on what we get.
He says, all right, sounds good.
Yeah.
So a 5-way split.
And then
God damn it.
and you know what's going to happen is he's never going to go with us again.
Yeah. That's
This
the consequence.
This is how contracts were invented. This is literally how contracts were invented and why they're 18 pages long. Okay. Well, I think that we're ready to head off. We're stocked up on supplies, right? I mean, not random items, but like, let's see, I've got 8 torches, 10 dates. Oh shit! There is one thing that I want to buy before we go: a lamp, because all we have is torches, and torches kind of suck. And I remember the last time that we were there, we were like, "Oh shit! I wish we had a lamp because Elmo can't see."
You want a hooded lantern?
Yeah, I think so.
Bro's the only one without dark vision. L.
We're not
Okay,
going to
Elmo,
roll.
we're going to pay you based on which line of this eye chart you can read. In the dark.
I have a bunch of oil, don't I? I think I have a bunch of oil.
Yeah, I don't think you ever stole that pint or that flask.
No, I
10
have
pints.
I have a 10-pound jug of oil which has 10
Yeah.
flasks. So wow, I'm so fucking glad I remembered that. So Pantok is going to say, "Oh, just before we go, I'm going to head over to the." Okay, is it Trading Post? I don't know if there's
Where would you like to go to attempt to purchase the lantern?
probably Trading Post, but based on all the locations we've been to, since we don't have a list, can you summarize if there's any other places I think might sell a hooded lantern?
Make an intelligence check.
Fine. That's the best lantern, right? Do I need to do another intelligence check for that?
There's hooded lantern and there's bullseye lantern. Hooded lantern is all around you. Bullseye lantern is in a straight line.
What do you guys think? Should I have a floodlight or a what is it? Floodlight or a spotlight? It's for Elmo.
I don't know.
Elmo says, well, if there's anything that's super far away, it might be helpful because I know you guys can see in the dark, but I know you can only your magical vision only extends so far. So
15 intelligence.
15.
Magical.
He says, I know your magical eyesight things only extend so far, so it wouldn't be a bad idea to be able to see things that are significantly far away. For reference, a bullseye lantern is bright light for 60 feet of a cone and dim light for an additional 68 feet. So it's 120 feet total of vision. Hooded lantern is a 30-foot radius and an additional 30-foot radius. So 60 feet total of dim light. So
Let's get
hooded
one
lantern
of
is
each.
actually the same as dark vision. Bullseye lantern would actually be beneficial for you people with dark vision. But if you're not pointing it in the right direction, then he would not be able to see.
Okay.
I don't
Panther-
understand. I'm pretty sure, according to every meme and every conversation I have ever seen on our Facebook groups, that dark vision equals see in the dark.
See infinitely in all directions in the dark.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that's exactly what that means. I don't need light to see.
Yeah, what does that 60 after dark vision on my character sheet mean? Who cares? It says dark vision.
But if you have a DM that doesn't like bookkeeping, then everyone's got infinite dark vision.
Yeah.
we literally used to play that way, and it made us so sad to pick a race with Dark Vision because everyone might as well be hobbits and Dragonborn.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, halfling. Watch me get tagged for that, and not all the other shit. Okay, so where does Pantok think?
Wizard of the Coast comes after you. They're like, all right, we want that 1/1000th of a cent you earned from ad revenue from us watching your video to hear you say that.
I'm gonna go sign up for ad revenue just so I can get demonetized for saying stupid shit.
Then you can actually say I got demonetized.
Yeah, get claimed. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so does Pantok think there would be anywhere more appropriate than the trading post to buy a lantern?
You think the trading post would definitely have one, but you do recall seeing similar implements at the blacksmith shop, and since it's made of metal, you think it wouldn't be a bad idea to check there first.
That's what Nick was thinking as well. So okay, Pantok says, "Hey guys, wait here for me. I won't be long. I'm just gonna run over to the blacksmith shop and see if I can pick up a lantern. Does anyone need anything else while I'm there? Arrows or anything?"
You might pick up some wine skins so I can fill up.
I don't think the blacksmith.
No, we don't have
Good
enough money
idea.
for me to buy that yet.
Any
Says
weapon
who?
type stuff, any ammo type stuff, anything like that? Ooh, just
Ba, ba, ba,
longbow. Oh, she has arrows too. Yeah, I think I'm good. I just didn't know if you guys needed anything. Throwing daggers. Okay. All right. Well, I'll be back in a jiff, and Pantok is going to head out. And can you ping the blacksmith shop? Oh, great. It's real close. So Pantok exits and trots on over to the blacksmith shop, and if he looks for someone out front.
Well, while Pantog's doing that, Kara's gonna go out and go check on Tokage.
He's doing good. He's chomping away on some grub and hay mixture.
Grub and hay. Interesting.
Yeah, it's a bunch of hay that he has for like the horses, but he mixed in some grubs so it tastes better.
I'm gonna pet Tokage.
He is pet. He makes grunting noises as you pet him, and he eats his food. There's no one out front, but the blacksmith is in his shop working on stuff, not banging on an anvil, but he's like shuffling around, moving stuff. He sees you approach and he says, "Oh, welcome. What can I do for you?"
Hey there. I was just looking to see if you had any decent priced lanterns. I'm about to head out on a little bit of a trek and could use some light source.
He says, "Oh yes, I've got a couple of hooded lanterns in stock. How many were you looking to pick up?"
Probably just one hooded lantern, but do you happen to have bullseye lanterns as well?
He says, "Oh no, unfortunately, I haven't. They're a little more complicated to craft, so I haven't made any. There hasn't been any demand for them recently, so I can make you one, but it might be a couple of days. So if you're willing to wait, then I can get around to it. Or if you're willing to pay extra, I might be able to bang one out for you in a couple hours."
Mm-hmm. How much would you normally charge for a bullseye lantern?
He says, "Well, if I had them in stock, they'd be about 10 gold. If you're willing to pay just another 20% fee of make it 12 gold, I could expedite it for you and have it done within probably about 2 hours."
Okay, if I put in an order to pick it up in a couple few days, would I pay for it now, or would I pay when I pick it up? Probably.
He says, "Oh no, I'll just make it and I'll hold it aside for you. So as long as you come within, kind of like when you put something on hold at GameStop."
Yeah.
He said for it within a couple of days, and I'll sell it to you for price. If not, then I'll just have to put it on my shelf.
Okay.
Except at GameStop, odds are you're going to return alive because
Yeah.
not going off adventuring.
Okay, well, yeah, why don't you go ahead and start whipping me up one of those, because I'm sure I could definitely use one, but it's not like an urgent thing, so I'll be back in a day or two to check on it and see if it's ready. In the meantime, I would like to pick up just one of the hooded lanterns, I think. How much do those run?
He says, "Oh, off the shelf, those are 5 gold."
Yeah, that's not bad. I think we just need one for now. Yeah, I'm just going to get one for Elmo so that he's not blind. But there's really no reason, I don't think, to have more than one. Wait. Oh, yeah. We all have dark vision, so. Yep, just one. So 5 gold.
Yep. And were you needing any oil to go with that?
No, I think I'm good. How long does a flask of oil last?
He says, "Oh, with a hooded lantern, a flask should burn for about 6 hours. That's if, of course, burning continuously."
Okay, great. So yep, that's 5 gold. So I'm gonna deduct 5 gold and plop 5 gold coins onto the counter. Now I have 71.
He takes them and he points to the hooded lanterns on the shelf and he says, "Take your pick."
Ooh, I want that one that has the cool like dragon design on it.
He says, "Oh yeah, that one's a beauty. It's my masterpiece. One of the most common ones we sell. Go ahead and give her a try."
Pantok picks it up off the shelf and swings it around dramatically and listens to the handle squeak as he does. And then he says, okay, I'm going to go ahead and load it up with oil, make sure it burns sufficiently. So I'm going to deduct 1 flask of oil. So now I have 9 left. And how much does my hooded lantern weigh?
2 pounds.
3?
2 dose.
2, okay. And so that's going to be 6 hours?
Yep.
Awesome. So I'm writing that down too. So whenever an hour passes, then I'll deduct that. So I'm
Yeah.
going to give it. How do I light a lantern? Does it have like a flint on it?
You would use, I think it's tinderbox. Do you have a tinderbox?
Do you sell tinder boxes here?
He sees you struggling and he says, "Oh, here," and he grabs one from a stack. He's got like a big box of them and he hands it to you.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I actually I'm going out with a scholars pack, so I never did pick up a tinder box.
He says, "Understandable. Most people don't carry them, but they come complimentary with the lanterns. Purchase of a
Oh.
lantern."
Thanks. So I'm gonna flick the tinder box or whatever you do with the tinder box and light the lantern.
All right, it catches the spark and it lights a blaze and burns brightly for 30 feet.
If this was 3.5, we'd have to roll.
Pantok holds his lantern up and stares into the flame until he gets spots in his eyes, and then he blinks and shakes his head.
Okay.
And then blows it out and says, looks really awesome, and love that blown out lantern smell. So, bye, I'll see you in a couple days for that bullseye lantern.
Just so you know, everything sounds a whole lot worse if you were picturing what I'm picturing for a hooded lantern. Cooking it out, blowing it out. I'm just letting you know. It just totally sounds sexualized to me.
I did not get that design lantern. Hey, that hooded lantern has the flame in a weird spot. Anyway, and Pantok trots out of the blacksmith shop and heads on back to the inn to tell his friends he is ready to go. And the first thing he does is pass the lantern to Elmo and says, "Here you go, Elmo. It's all filled up with oil. It should last for 6 hours, but you can wait until we really need it until you light it. But that lantern's ours. You're just borrowing it. Ha ha ha. If we find if we find 5 in the dungeon, you can have one."
He says, "Oh yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. This will help a lot being able to see down there and keep my hands free. I can set it down and fight without having to hold a torch. This is great. Thank you."
You're welcome. Okay, anyone else need anything? We good to go? I'm so glad I remembered that. I would have been really annoyed when we get to the dungeon and then Elmo's like, I can't see.
Yes.
Okay.
I think.
I mean,
we're
you know,
good.
technically, if we needed a lantern, I could make one.
We don't even have any light spells. We realized that too while we were out there. We don't have dancing lights. We don't have light. We literally had no way to have a light, and I think we were using like my fire elemental so that he could see.
You had torches.
Oh my god, can you imagine if
Oh, okay.
none of us had dark vision and we had gotten there to the dungeon the first time? And it's like, we've been playing for like 6 months. We finally get to the first dungeon. We go downstairs, and Jake's like, I've been waiting for this moment the whole time. Nobody can see.
That's why every pack comes with torches. Most of them.
Yeah, but
It's
torches have
like-
shitty range.
Yep.
It's like going down into a Minecraft cave with no torches
Oh, no.
or night vision potion.
That's a trigger for me. I don't want to imagine that.
You just turn up your brightness to 200% and pray. Get real
Rip.
close to the monitor.
Yeah, but then you've got all these
Ew,
enemies
y'all don't play on
spawning.
survival.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when you're sitting there, dig. Oh, cool, diamond. Wow, this is great. Let me just grab a torch. Oh no, this is my last one.
All right, so you're with the party and you've got everything. Are you gonna go grab Stoner McBlaze it?
Yep, I was just about to say, Pantok is going
Oh,
to.
we get all the way out there, and he's like, "I'm all alone." Very
Pantok
sad.
is going to head to the bar and ask the barmaid if he can retrieve his magical flame from the fireplace now, so that we can use it to light our journeys.
Oh,
He
all of a
says-
sudden I go, "Snap! Here you go," and I hand you the mobile magic campfire thing.
He says, "Oh yes, go
Oh, good
ahead. He's
idea.
we've taken good care of it back there for you. It's on the ground next to the furnace." And you go
Great.
back there, and he is sitting there on the ground, curled up in a ball, trying to be inconspicuous.
I move the cart over to it that Toddy just summoned, and I gesture for him to hop up under the cart.
He does so.
All right, and now off we go. So I wheel him out and say, "Okay, guys, we're ready to go on our adventure, round 2." And taking their
And
silence
we
as
go.
affirmation, Pantok and Stoner McBlaze it lead the way, and Jacina follows along and says, "Yo ho," and off we go. And then we leave the town by the east road.
Okay.
Woo! Taking Tokage with me, of course. Tokage, the baby. He's a baby, big
It's a baby.
wizard. He's a baby. He's a scrangly.
All right. You travel on the road to the east for. Let me find the times here somewhere. Yeah, I don't have them, but I know them. Oh, there it is. You travel east on the road for about an hour, and after the first hour, the road splits, and you recall that the way to the moat house is the high road, which is the one to the left, I believe. And you travel on that road for a further 3 hours. Nothing happens, and you reach the turn where the road splits again and goes off into the marsh and weeds. Anything before you enter the marsh?
Pantok says, "This would probably be a good time to cast Mage Armor," so I'm gonna go ahead and zap that on.
All right, and let me ask what. Oh, go ahead.
Hold on. How far out of town are we? How far have we traveled? Sorry.
You will have traveled 4 hours so far.
Before, yeah, I meant to before we actually left town. I was going to cast Clarity on me and Pantok. That way, we still have some charges on it, and we're back up to full mana.
You guys haven't cast any spells, have you?
But I guess it's a little late, so I guess I'll do it now at the marsh.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. So
that's
how
right.
So it costs 3, and it would be 3 hours before. So yeah, you could cast it. Well, here's the question, because this is going to be based on time. So what time were you guys leaving town at? That it would be based on what time you wake up and all that stuff. But assuming all of that, what time would you have planned?
Pretty early. What time is dawn? 6 a.m., so we're probably leaving at 8.
8 a.m.
We wake up
However,
at 8.
yeah, whatever time we
Sunrise.
got up, plus whatever time it took to hire Elmo and go
Yeah.
buy a lantern.
Sunrise around 7, and nothing really starts to be busy until like 8 o'clock. So you probably would have been doing all that stuff at 8. So we could say probably 9.
Yep. In that case, then right around 9 o'clock, then is when I would have cast Clarity on Pantok and on me. Justina's over there, like,
All right. At 9 a.m., you cast Clarity on Pantok and Toddy. Do you have the duration handy? I have it, but I have to look it up.
It's 8 hours.
Okay.
Let me double check and make sure I'm not lying to you, because I read the spell a few minutes ago, but yeah, duration 8 hours, and it regenerates a spell point per hour.
Okay. So, yeah, you cast that, and after the first 3 hours of leaving town, you are back at full mana. And you both now have it remaining on you until 5 p.m. this evening.
Okay, you're gonna track the 5 p.m. right?
Yes, I'm tracking time.
Okay.
So it is on you until further notice, but if enough time passes, then I will let you know what effects happen at those points. Kind of like how you guys contracted the sickness and then it didn't actually happen until you got back to town a couple days later. I was tracking all of that to the hour, basically.
Oh yeah, okay. Okay, so
So
did Toddy spend 6 spell points to cast it twice, once on her and once on Pantok?
3.
good point. It's 3 per cast, but
3
you can only
spell
target
points.
one per. You can only target one person per cast. So yeah, actually, if you would have cast it at the outset, and then it would take 6 hours before
Yeah.
you're fully regenerated.
Oh yeah. So yeah, if it's only been 3, so I'm still down 3 spell points. My bad.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So upon reaching the marsh, you would have 2 down. However, was there anything you want to do before you enter the marsh? I think Pantok said he cast Mage Armor.
Yeah, can I? Because I didn't realize.
Yeah, I cast Mage Armor.
When he casts Clarity on me, I know that it regenerates 1 point per hour, and I know we're gonna be traveling at least 2 hours. So can I go ahead and get a free Mage Armor?
When did you want to cast the Mage Armor?
Like before we leave town, like as soon as he casts Clarity
As Clarity's
on me.
cast.
Yeah, because it's gonna last. I'm gonna regenerate in 2 hours anyway. So I mean,
and how long does that last?
Time. Mage Armor lasts 8 hours. So it'll also be down at 5.
And I cast it on myself too, so I've regened 3 out of. Fuck, math is really hard right now. I'm really tired.
So it would have been 6 for Clarity plus 2, so it would have been 8 points.
So I'm down 5 points right now, so I have 9 left still.
Yeah, and you know from your last trek, the journey there is 6 hours, so you'll only be down 2 spell points by the time you get there.
Yep, and then that gives us a little time to explore and stuff. And if I have to recast, I have to recast. I'm just a mana battery. I'm a mobile mana battery. Might as well make a little cart to haul me around in.
And made it very easy for me to track the spell durations instead of having to say every other hour. It's just Clarity and Mage Armor, both cast at 9 a.m. on all 4, last till 5 p.m. That's great. So it would have been, because it cost you 3, 6, 7, 8, and it will be 6 hours. So when you arrive at the moat house, you'll be down 2 points. You enter the marsh and you travel the first hour. You're traveling the same path you took the last time, so it's easy to cross through. You don't have to be chopping down weeds or anything like that. And a further hour passes, and you see the moat house appear in the distance. And it is a couple of 100 feet away, and you are like a couple 100 feet this way, approaching it from the same direction as before.
It took us how long to get there? 6 hours?
A total of 6 hours from the outset, yes. So you're going to be down 2 spell points at the moment.
Just making sure. I just want to make sure I'm keeping proper track.
Yep. So you're welcome to arrange your tokens however you'd like, and approach the moat house however you would like.
Okay, so
hey, we bought like a cart for Tokage to.
Oh
carry,
yeah,
right?
You did buy a cart, and we had all the pieces. So basically, Tokage will tow a cart with no problem. He just won't accept a rider. So you can assume he's had this stuff and he's been towing the cart this whole time.
I just wanted to make sure. I was trying to remember if we'd actually done that or not. I couldn't remember.
Yep, and I did look up the rules for him, so I put them elsewhere, but it won't be necessary till you actually need to carry stuff.
Okay, so do you guys want to go in the main door like we did before, or do you want to try to sneak around to one of the side entrances first? Because it has been a few days, so there totally could be bad guys in here. Hello?
I vote we just go bang on the door, yell knock knock, and kick it in.
Knock, knock, knock.
I could
or we
sneak
yell
in.
choo choo.
Okay, where are you going to sneak in the main entrance, or are you sneaking around the side?
Where's the side entrance again? Like here or here? Oh,
there's two spots on the map where rubble is busted out. One here and one here, and they both lead directly inside the moat house after you climb through the rubble.
I would like to go through this rubble patch here.
All right, you jump in the water and splish splash your way through the waist deep water and trudge up onto the rubble, and carefully climb your way up into
Eek.
the southeast chamber of the moat house.
Climb, climb, climb.
Pantuck's
The
gonna
body
hang
of
out
the
over
leech
here.
lies on the ground. Say what?
Pantuck's gonna head over here in case we need, and so is Jacina, in case we need to rush inside or something.
Oh, where's Tokage?
Tokage.
Do you want
That
him
is-
to? Is he going in the dungeon with us? I guess probably, right? Or is he? Are we gonna tie him up, or like, what are we doing with him? I'm asking Kara.
Is it okay if we bring him in?
Yeah, just be careful that he doesn't get in the line of fire, so to speak.
All right.
Or we could make armor for him, and you could ride him like a mountain into combat. Hey-ya!
Maybe later on. Right now, he can't handle being a mount of sorts because he's just a lizardy guy. Okay. So I'm in. Holy shit.
Everything looks the same as you left it, down to the corpse of the desiccating corpse of the giant leech that lies on the ground.
Ew. I'm gonna take a quick look and peek over here, see if anything's changed, and then go back to my party.
All right, make a perception check.
Yep. Finally, we're playing real D&D. Well, after an hour and a half. Ba, 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 ba. 21.
191. You
21.
peek out of the hallway and carefully look around and make a stealth check too. I forgot to have you do that.
Yeah.
You peek around and you don't see there's no creatures hiding or anything like that. Okay, that's good. Nothing hiding, nothing like that. You're not 100% certain that everything in here is exactly the way that you left it, but your memory may not be completely there. You can make an intelligence check if you'd like to try and remember specifics, but you get the feeling that something may be different in this room, but there's nothing specific that's catching your eye.
I want to rack my brain and mull over if anything in this room is different. Oops.
Jacina wants to go ahead and join Kara since he sees that he hasn't come out or signal us at all. It seems like it's probably safe, or they could be in trouble. So Jacina says, I'm going to go ahead and head on in, guys. Who wants to take Tokage when we enter? You know what I'll actually do is, why don't you guys go in the main entrance, but wait for me to signal you from the courtyard and tell you that it's safe. I take your silence as
Also,
affirmation.
that intelligence check is 7.
Okay, yeah, that Toddy Zach, that would be he's talking to you / Pantalk.
I'm sorry, say that again then? I didn't realize you're talking to me.
Jacina says that since Kara hasn't communicated us and has been gone for a few minutes, that I assume that they're okay.
Hand Tokage off too. Okay, yeah, sorry, I misunderstood. I guess I can hold on to Tokage for a minute.
Okay, why don't you and Pantalk go ahead and head over to the drawbridge and hang out and wait for me to signal you that it's all clear from the courtyard. Remember, be careful of the drawbridge because it was rickety last time.
Rickety dickety doo-dog rhyme.
Rickety cricket.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so Sam, even though she watched Walking Dead with me at age 3, You don't really have many memories at age 3, so she doesn't remember any of it, but she likes it just as much now. So she started watching it, and she's in like season 2 somewhere. And every time a meme happens, or someone dies, or does something hilarious, then she has to come and tell me. And I did not tell her about what happens to Lori.
It's technically not a spoiler
Oh,
since
no.
she's seen it.
She's seen that picture, but she didn't know what that was in reference to until it happened. I watched that scene with her. I watched a couple episodes, but then she was watching on her own, and she told me, "Oh my God, Lori!" Spoiler alert. "Oh my God, Lori just died," and I'm like, "Oh my God, I have to come in there, and I can't tell you why." And she's like, "Okay," and then the scene happened. And first of all, it's like horrible, but she's laughing because she's like, "Oh my God, that's so messed up." And she's like, "Good, I hated Lori anyway." And that baby is totally Shane's. So then the sad thing happens, and then Rick is like crying and freaking out and stuff. And she's like, "Oh my God, it's the meme!" So she's like obsessed, and she's spamming our chats with like Walking Dead memes and stuff. And every time a character she likes dies, she gets all mad. But so the other day I was cooking with my hand blender, and Max was trying to help me, and he kept getting out attachments that I didn't need, and I think it was actually me that dropped it, but him like messing around with it while I was trying to cook caused me to drop it, and so it fell on the floor and broke. And it was okay because it's not really an attachment I needed to use, and I didn't get mad at him, but he got upset, and then the girls started like making fun of him, and they're like, "Oh my God, I'm Max, and I break Aggie's brand new blender." So when Rick was like falling on the ground crying and stuff, Sam goes, "That's Aggie when Max breaks his new blender." So the first time I saw that scene, 12 years ago, it was really sad, but this time I couldn't just stop from laughing the whole time. Sorry, quick story. Okay, Justine is going
Yep.
to sneak
Okay, so
in.
Toddy goes over here. Toddy, were you actually crossing the bridge, or are you?
I was waiting wherever was the logical spot just before the bridge. I just kind of dropped my token down. Sorry.
Yeah, you can.
I
I
should
mean,
be
you
more
can.
specific.
You can stay at the safe ground before the bridge. You can stay on the bridge, or you can cross the bridge. Just Toddy or Justina or Pantalk.
Toddy is definitely saving at the safe spot.
I was gonna say Justina and or Pantalk definitely warned you that the bridge was rickety last time, and you do see the giant broken board where Tokage almost fell through. So you're waiting there. Okay, Elmo follows you and waits behind as well. Justina, you climb across and enter the moat house. Are you attempting to move forward stealthily as well?
Yes, and I want to move forward until I can see Kara.
Okay. Kara at this point is still surveying the area, been moving slowly this whole time, so you see them at the end of the hallway. If you want to make a stealth check as you enter.
Dude, my freaking CPU core is like blazing right now. Like, what is the problem? I'm not running.
Weird.
I'm not running webcams or nothing. Yeah.
And
It's
Kara, as,
fine.
Meanwhile, the Big Mac virus running in the background is going.
Nothing.
Right. Okay. Let me make this check, and then I'm gonna figure out what's going on with my computer.
All right.
All right.
Decent.
16 plus.
How many tabs do you have
3.
open? Because Chrome computers do not have apps.
5.
I have like 1,090 right now.
And Kara, as for your intelligence check, you can't quite seem to put your finger on it. You don't know exactly what it was. It's like when you go in somewhere, you're like, okay, something's changed here, but I don't know what. You can't quite put your finger on it, but you do feel just a little bit. You're looking around and you feel like everything's just a little bit different, but you can't quite put your finger on it. The tables are in the right position. The door is still where you think you remember it was. All of the stuff on the ground seems to be in the same position. Nothing seems to have changed, but it just feels a little bit off. You're very perceptive. You're just not sure what you're perceiving.
I understand. And Kara gets accidentally lost in thought and totally forgot to check back with his party. Where's Justina? Over here?
Over here, and she's stealthing, so you wouldn't notice her come up behind you. Well, you got a really
Gotcha.
high perception check, so yeah, you would hear Justina very slowly creaking over the rubble, and the little pebbles dropping on the ground, and you turn around and see her there.
Oh, Kara goes up to Justina, still trying to be quiet and stealthy. Hey, Justina, I'm sorry I didn't check back with you guys. It seems to all be safe in here. However, I get the nagging feeling that something in the main, I don't know what room this is, a dining room, something like that. It just seems off to me. There's nothing directly that's changed,
Okay,
but
but it looks
yeah,
like something's been through here since we have.
I mean, let's face it, it's been a few days. Odds are something has.
Okay, well, we'll definitely approach with caution then.
yes.
I'm gonna shut down my anti-malware. Don't think it really
Famous
needs
last
to be
words.
going right now. In task. Cannot access is denied. Fine, fuck
Yeah,
you
good luck.
too. Yeah.
All right, so Toddy and Pantok and Elmo are all waiting for the signal from the courtyard, and Kara has just informed Jessina that there is something strange going on, and you've agreed
There's
that you
something
might
sus among us, something sus.
do 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 do.
Doom, boom. Do 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 do.
God, I guess I need to
All right.
freaking buy a cooling tablet because this is crazy.
I swear by him.
Yeah, laptops don't have great built-in cooling, although I'm surprised that it's having trouble without running something
Yeah, I haven't. The
heavy.
first time I ever had trouble was when I was running all those webcams, so I don't really know what the deal is. Huh. Okay, anyway, sorry, I was kind of distracted by that. Okay, yeah, so I think what we need to do is, Kara is, go and signal to our party in the courtyard and just at least make sure it's clear through there. So, do you want to? I'll go with you into the main room, and then do you want to hang out there and kind of keep a lookout while I cut through the courtyard?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You lead the way. Okay. When Josina gets into the main room, before she goes out to the courtyard, she's gonna look around and see what she can notice.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check.
Me or
Oh no, it's
Justina?
Justina.
Gotcha.
18. Oh,
I just didn't.
plus something. Oh, I closed.
You also get the same feeling that Kara had. 18's enough. Go ahead and make an intelligence check to see if you can spot anything specifically that's off. But you do feel that there's some kind of something has probably been through here, or something like that.
I'm probably a very hungry ogre.
Okay, intelligence check.
That's what Wizards of the Coast could do. They could take old games like Hungry Hungry Hippos and rebrand
Yeah.
them.
Now,
Hungry
yeah,
Hungry Ogres.
you can't quite put your finger on it either, but you do agree with Kara that something is off. Although you couldn't specifically say what.
Okay.
There's
Alright.
there's just so much stuff in the room. There's like, broken tables and things like that, things on the ground. So you're like, was that table there before? Was that stick always snapped in half? Was that door always crooked, or was it straight before? It's like you can't remember exactly, but you feel like something is different.
Okay.
Was that Slender Man always in the corner?
If it was obvious, you'd be able to spot it right away. Like if there was that statue wasn't there before. It's nothing big like that. It would just be little small things. You feel like there might be a couple of things that are off, but you're not able to say what.
Okay.
Hurry up and clear the courtyard. I can't wait for my chance to fail the intelligence check.
Exactly. Okay, well, I'm gonna. Sorry, I just keep getting distracted by my CPU. Wonder where the CPU is on the bottom. Okay. So Jacina is going to sneak out of the courtyard carefully, and she's gonna head over this way and see if it's clear the whole way, before she signals to her friends.
You don't see anything out of place in this courtyard, as far as you can tell.
Great. Okay, so she's gonna walk up to where they can see her, and she's going to motion for them to enter the moat house.
Okay.
And Pantok says, "Okay, Toddy. I believe you said that you're gonna lead Tokage, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit inside. So I'm gonna send in Stoner McBlazeit first."
All right. 1 second.
If he burns the bridge, I'm gonna be sad.
No, he's not that. Not that bad.
Yo, guys,
Do what?
you just weren't talking for a second,
sorry.
so I was checking.
Sorry, yeah, I'm doing
It's-
something. It's just not something you guys can see.
Oh,
He's rolling to see which one of us dies.
Hold on.
Jake's like, no, not which one. How many of you die?
Okay. Stoner McBlazeit crosses the bridge safely and stands on the other side, awaiting the rest of you to cross.
Okay, Pantok is going to go next.
Okay. And what order, just so we can speed things up, what order do you plan on everyone going?
After Pantok's to cross, I
guess-
have no say.
Yeah, I'll go next. But am I leading the lizard cross too, or is Tokage? Am I tying Tokage up outside, or is Tokage going to go on his own? Or
I think you could send them separately, either before or after you.
okay. Then yeah, after you, I'm going to send Tokage across, and then I'll go after, assuming the bridge is still intact.
Okay, so it's going to be Pantok, and then Toddy's going to kind of nudge Tokage across, and then Elmo will follow up last.
Yeah.
Okay. Pantok, can you give me a perception check?
Yes. Two. Plus 4, so 6.
All right. As you step across the bridge, you notice it just a split second too late as your foot starts to come down on a lump of dirt that seems like it is slightly out of place. And as you step foot in the middle of the lump of dirt, it gives way, and a giant metal bear trap reaches up and clamps down on your leg.
Ah, son
Oh
of a bitch.
fuck! Poor Pantok,
Oh,
man. You're always
shit.
stepping in it.
You take 6 points of piercing damage, and you are currently stuck in place. This bear trap seems to be dug into the ground.
God damn it, Jacina, you literally waved me forward. Jacina says, I can't see through dirt. Did you say 6 points of damage?
But I thought you had dark vision.
Ah, God damn it. I feel like Charlie in that Sunny episode where they win the Super Bowl. Pantok is going to try to free himself from the bear trap.
All right, make a strength check.
15.
Against all odds, you reach down and with a burst of adrenaline, you wrench the massive jaws of the bear trap open and pull your foot out of it as you let the jaws clamp back forward, and your foot hurts.
Ow.
Ankle hurts. Your
Make
foot's fine. Your
yourself
ankle
check
hurts.
for traps. I think I know what's
Ow.
different.
Well, they've definitely been booby trapping this place, so we should probably be.
Who's booby trapping? Who's booby?
The boobies have been trapped.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Well, I guess we should start checking all entrances to rooms and such, doorways and everything. I'm fine for right now. I'll just shake it off. If we get thrown into a battle or something, Justine can always toss me a heal. Okay. So Pantuk's gonna wait here, rubbing his ankle until the rest of the party is through.
Okay. Tokage starts to walk across.
Well, wait, hold
Eh.
on, Justina, can you
Okay.
can you check and see if there's any other traps around here before we start sending everyone else?
Yeah,
Make a
for real.
check.
Okay, what kind of check is it again?
Perception.
15 plus. God, I might have to roll physically because now all my shit's lagging. 15, 21.
Does not
I
seem
would-
like there are any. Do what?
I literally have over 1,000 tabs open in Chrome, and my computer isn't lagging. You should be concerned, Nick.
Well, my CPU's overheating, so.
Yeah, that's.
Yes, you should be concerned. And I have a shitty computer.
Does not seem like there are any other traps of concern in the towards this area. The bridge does look very rickety though, as you suspected before, but it's no other traps though per se.
Okay, cool. All right, guys, it looks clear, so you can go ahead and start filing across.
All right.
I nudged Tokage. Probably a very reluctant Tokage.
He is a bit reluctant,
Okay.
but he is also eager to move forward, so he moves forward and he walks across the bridge, and it creaks and cracks under his weight, but he gets across safely without anything bad happening.
All right, I'm gonna trust that my companions know how to check for traps, so I'm not gonna check for more traps too. But then I am going to go ahead and go across.
All right, you get across safely with no problem, and Elmo follows up behind you, and he looks down at the bloody mess on the ground. He goes, "Yeah, that's a doozy. You should probably watch where you're stepping."
And if the bridge breaks, I hope you can swim, Elmo, because you do have armor on. That's probably heavy.
They calling me hot step,
Here,
a
I'll-
murderer. I'm a lyrical gangster murderer. Excuse me, Mr.
Maybe I should
Officer.
tie some rope around him first, just in case I can haul him out.
He says, "Ah, that water's not that deep.
Tokage.
I'd be fine. I know how to swim."
He had 50 pounds of armor.
He says, "This stuff doesn't slow me down. Not in water."
Kara's watching and making sure Tokage is okay.
He looks
Where
unscathed.
is Elmo's token?
He's yellow. He's right
Yeah.
here.
Oh, okay, he already crossed. I
Yeah.
didn't see that.
Yep, you are all safely across. You may proceed.
All right, well, let's head over to Kara in the other room.
Oh.
Yeah.
I want to fail my int check. I want to look around and see if I can tell it looks different.
Oh, this is a different room, but you can still check around. There's always this this tower over here, which anything could be in that now. There could be another giant spider in there.
Well, can I look around and see if I can tell if anything's different?
Yeah, make a perception check.
Wow, I placed that like perfectly straight down. 7.
This courtyard seems to be exactly the same as it was before, as far as you can tell.
With the 7, I'm sure it does. All right, well, After you, Pantok, and I flourish my arm.
All right. Well, let's head on in here and see what's going on. Oh, Jacina explains to the wizards that her and Kara noticed that something seemed to be that some things seem to be different in the main room, and I think from the trap that Pantok found the hard way, we can pretty much be sure that there have been bad guys through here. But Jacina can't really tell from looking at the main room what might be different. But either way, it seems like we should be wary of every room that we come across.
As you come back after having the additional information of Pantok's bloody ankle, you still don't really know exactly what's off, but you can kind of put two and two together, and you think that the things that you suspected might be off, the specifics aren't exactly relevant. There's nothing specifically that would be important that you could see from here. But your inkling that there was something off seems to culminate in the fact that someone else has been through here, probably the person who set that trap. So that was kind of what your
We should have
your
checked for
suspicion
traps
was
from
hinting.
that information.
Yeah, probably.
We should probably, before we enter each room, have the rogue check for traps.
Probably. Okay. Well, so where do you guys want to go? Do you want to head straight downstairs, or I mean, there could be bandits in that bunk room again, or like, do we want to check every single room to see if there's any bad guys, or just head downstairs?
It probably legit wouldn't take very long to just bust in each door and look. It's just the way we do things. We talk about it and describe everything for so long. But legit, actual, just saying I checked this room and then we check and then doing that probably won't take long.
Yeah, if there wasn't anything different in a room, it would take you a couple of seconds, real life
Okay.
time, to check it.
Like cop style.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
so
start clearing rooms. Who wants to go first?
Well, Elmo, do you want to go kick down the doors?
He says, "Yeah, sure. I'll be the front man. Where are we checking first?"
Okay, let's go ahead and check this big room, and then we'll just all be behind you, and if you see anyone, then we can take them out.
All right. This door is still busted down from the last time you guys broke through it, and he kind of nudges it open with his battle axe and peeks around, and he says, "I don't see anything in here, so everything looks clear as far as I can tell."
Okay, let's check these hallway rooms next.
All right. He goes through all of these rooms down here, and all of them seem to be in the same state as you left them.
Okay, and then we'll check this hallway here, these 4 rooms.
All right. He does check all 3 of these, and nothing seems to be out of place in them. He says, "Nope, looks just as cleared out as last time we were here."
And the room at the end.
But there's 4.
Yep, he checked that one too.
You said 3.
Did I say 3? He checked this whole area.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he said he checks 3 of those rooms, and I'm like, but there's 4.
He checks through those rooms.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, let's head downstairs then. Oh, yeah, let's head down. Oh, you know what? Do we want to go through the secret door and start with the
Surprise
ogre?
the ogre.
Yeah, well, one of us can put on that robe and pretend to be the cultist and get some information.
We could shock and awe. One of us could go down in the robe with it, and while his back turned, the rest of the party bust in from behind, and we flank him.
Yeah, you guys never really decided how to handle him.
I think we're gonna kill him, but I think first we're gonna try to.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to the party. I think that we're gonna see if we can get one of us to convince him that we're a cultist, and see if we can figure out where the secret door is, and maybe get any information. So one of us maybe can do that, and the rest of us could go down the regular way and wait in the other room just outside and be ready to burst in case we need to.
Yeah, and then we're flanking him, and the group can
So
come up from behind.
And Pantok does have invisibility. I mean, it costs 3 spell points, so he doesn't want to be tossing around willy-nilly, but that is an option as well. I don't know if we need to use invisibility with the ogre. Invisibility might even be better when we start dealing with cultists. So, what do you think, Kara?
Personally, I think one person going in as a cultist from the front and then the others sneaking in the back while the ogre is distracted to get the jump on him would be, I think that would work efficiently.
Question is, who's going to go down through the secret passage to talk to him and distract him, and who's going to go into the back? Ordinarily, I'd say, you know what, I'm comfortable going down the secret passage to talk to him, but I like going in the back on things, so
I
I'm
was
kind of torn which
thinking
one.
I was thinking that we do it the other way around, where the cultist comes in the main entrance because, well,
Yeah, but the
okay,
cultists use the back entrance.
oh yeah,
That makes it look like we have knowledge of the secret entrance. And you know,
gotcha.
Toddy has disguised self, so you could make yourself look different so he wouldn't recognize your face as someone he's seen already. And you could pop on this.
Oh my god. Thank God that we discussed our spells, because remember how I had not prepared Disguise Self and I changed it up just in case? So, yes, I have Disguise Self prepared.
No, you prepared Disguise Self. Remember, because you got an extra slot and you switched back from
That's
Distort
what I'm
Value.
saying. Originally, I
I
had
didn't.
unprepared Disguise Self,
Yeah.
and then Nick and I talked about it. I was like, screw it. We don't need Distort Value unless we're in town. And if we're in town, we're probably going to be there for the night. And so, I can switch it up then. So, yeah. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. I almost didn't have Disguise Self.
Okay, and how about Pantok will go down with you? Because if he needs to, he can pop invisibility on himself before he sneaks into the room. So Toddy and Pantok are going to go through the secret entrance in the back, and then the rest of the party is going to go down the main staircase. Pantok tells Stoner McBlazeit to stick close to Jacina and to listen to whatever she says.
Okay, where do you want Elmo to go?
Elmo, you stick with the main group following Jacina.
Okay, and Tokage? Is he still pulling the cart?
No.
Okay, where are you leaving the cart?
You know what? I think he should stay in the courtyard because I feel it's better than being just out in the open out here.
Wait, what about his room? What about putting him back in his room? That seemed pretty.
But he might just stay there.
I think we're past.
Not without a steady supply of rats, he won't.
But
yeah, why don't you put him back and treat this as like a stable, and you can leave our cart in there with him and tell him to guard the cart, and then I'll put give me 10 minutes. Pantok will pop an alarm on the door, and if anyone opens the door to disturb him, we'll know right away.
All right. It probably is safer. I was just worried. Oh, but what if he wants to stay in his little spot? All right.
It would make me feel better than if he's loose in the courtyard, anything could happen upon him. And if he's with us, then there's all sorts of things that could go wrong.
Yeah, I see.
Okay, can you make the alarm tokens so I can pop one on the door?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, did we get the cart over the bridge?
Yeah, the cart came across with no problem.
The bridge, it would have drugged Tokage under.
Glub, 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 glub.
Yeah, I have this image of Takage slowly sinking backwards, reaching up, and Kara leaning over, like in tears. No, and then it's like the Terminator scene with a thumbs up, but it's not a thumbs up. It's just a sad lizard paw.
No. Tokage, stay here for just a little bit and guard the cart.
He looks happy, and he goes back to his spot that he was originally sitting in with the cart behind him.
Oh.
Okay, and Pantok.
So cute.
And Pantok has that area warded. He spent 11 minutes casting an alarm ritual, so he will get a mental ping whenever anything crosses through that doorway.
Yep.
Or approaches the doorway because it's right there, like within the 2 squares in front of it. So.
Well, if you alarm the door itself, then it's whenever anything opens the door and passes through the doorway. If you alarm the area, you can alarm the area around the doorway. Then it's just if it enters it. So
I'm gonna do this because then I'll know as soon as it's within 10 feet of the door.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So you guys head downstairs now. None of us have message or any other way to communicate. So do we want to just have like a code word that if you hear us scream that out, that it means run into the room and guns blazing? Otherwise, otherwise the party's gonna stay there in the antechamber. The word is pigeon cock. So if you hear Toddy or Pantok scream pigeon cock, then burst through the door, guns blazing.
But what are guns?
And I recommend that Toddy disguise self first, so that we don't get in a situation where you guys can't tell the difference between Toddy and a cultist.
I was going to do disguise self, look like a grizzled, somebody who's obviously been a roguish guy for a long time, and I'm even thinking an eye patch, and I'm going to have dark short hair and a big old scar on my face, the type of scar that says "I mean fucking business," and I got this legit.
Okay.
Okay. And you have the cloak on, right?
Georgia.
Yes, I put the cloak on.
Okay.
Okay. Is that one of Pantok's cloaks? Did I give a cloak, or did you have your own cloaks?
We each have our own. Remember, we each took one. When we got the cloaks, we each had a cloak, and I've held on to mine.
Yeah, Toddy has one on her list. So
I don't see any cloaks.
Then I guess you don't have one.
Well, as long as you have one, that's what's important. Huh. Shit.
Pantok has 3 badass eye cloak.
I don't see. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, so Pantok has 3. You know what? Pantok is going to go ahead and give one to Jacina before they split up. That way she'll have one as... Oh, you know what? Actually, he should go ahead and give one to... Kara, do you have eye cloaks?
Eye cloaks?
Do you have any cultist cloaks?
I don't think I have one on me. Let me see.
I just want to make sure we each have one. We can't do disguise self, but we could at least wear the cloaks in case.
Considering it's an ogre, we probably all look alike to it.
I'm going to change that to cultist cloak.
I don't have a cultist robe on me.
Okay.
Oh, this should have gone without saying, but on the disguise self, the character, when I make myself into the guy, he has a gigantic dick, obviously.
Oh my god.
Like, so huge you can tell that he's got just a giant dick through the pants.
Yeah. Like a King Henry codpiece type thing.
Like, it's so big and it's so obvious that, like, your eyes are naturally drawn towards it and you can't hold a normal conversation with me because you're distracted and it's like, I can't look down. What is he talking about?
Like an eyes appear type of situation, yeah.
I love how Jake is like, got it as soon as Zach is about to launch into a long description of his penis.
We all know.
What's funny is you guys missed out on Amanda walking into the room, looking at me and yelling.
Kara, make sure you list down cultist cloak. Pantok gave you one of his, so now Pantok has one, Jacina has one, Kara has one, Elmo does not have one, and Toddy has one.
Okay.
Sucks to be Elmo. You guys could probably grab one on your way down out of that room.
I can't.
Oh, assuming if you don't. Oh shit! What if you guys get into combat down there? What if there's something down there waiting for you?
Well, then we're.
Well, not my problem.
Do you remember where the cloaks were? I don't. Thought they were downstairs somewhere.
Yeah, they were downstairs in one of the storerooms over like.
Okay.
Like in that storeroom, one of them.
So let's go back. We'll go over there and grab one for Elmo then. So, okay. So the 4 of us are going to travel down here, and then the 2 wizards are going to search for the secret panel to descend the staircase.
Okay. You know where the panel is. You don't have to search for it because you saw it before. So you easily open it and slide the door open and begin descending the staircase. The staircases are only one person wide. So what is your marching order going down the staircase? If you'll just line up your tokens.
Toddy, you go first, since you're disguised. Pantok is going to go ahead
Yar.
and put on the robe.
Give
for
me
good
just a
measure.
second. Be right back.
Okay.
Also, I'm also going to pee.
Oh yeah, I need the pee too. That's a good idea. Couple of minute break.
Back.
Welcome
Also
back.
back. Hello.
Hello. I think we're waiting on Jake. He must be doing a poop.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
That was a
Thank
fast poop.
Guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's already like 10. I don't want to wrap up just yet, but maybe in like an hour. I
Yeah.
have been going to sleep kind of early recently.
Yeah, probably no more than an hour. I'd say, I mean, depending on when you guys want to stop, at least another 30 minutes, but we'll see how
Yeah.
fast you guys go.
Actually, Noah is here, and I have to bring him home.
Actually.
So, 30 minutes would be like the max.
Actually.
So,
I mean, as long as you guys are moving.
Yeah, if we trigger
Let's move.
if we trigger a battle, then we'll stop. But I bet
Yeah.
we should at least be able to get the ogre interaction.
Yeah,
So-
no combats. See what happens with the ogre, and hopefully you'll have an idea of where you're going next time instead of trying to guess.
Yep.
I think we can get to the next section.
Okay. So invisibility is concentration, and it's touch, and it lasts for an hour. Just for reference, so Pantok's got that locked and loaded. Yeah. So let's head on down.
Okay, so marching order heading down the stairs. On the right, we have Toddy and then Pantok. What are we doing on the other side?
Let's have Elmo go down first. Well, actually, no. Jacina first with her dark. No, Kara first, then Jacina,
Yeah.
then Elmo, and then Stoner McBlaze it brings up the rear. That name gets less funny every time that I play, but hopefully it's down to we're literally meeting with our bestest friend in the whole wide world on Monday, and once we figure out a timeline from that, then we'll meet with our second bestest friend in the whole wide world.
All right, so Kara, as you proceed forward, can you make a perception check?
Yes. I'm here rolling off the table dice. Rip.
What's the total?
8.
So just before you cross the threshold, you're starting to walk past it, and similarly to Pantok, as you begin to step across the threshold, a glimmer of light catches your eye, and you see something that appears to be strung across the threshold of this door, but it's too late to stop your momentum, and you
No!
trip into it and trigger a tripwire. And as you follow the tripwire quickly with your eyes in like a split second, you see the tripwire leads over to this box over here, and a crossbow shoots an arrow at you.
Oh shit!
Wait, did you?
Seriously,
Does-
nobody checked for traps?
Did
Oh
you
no,
not-
nobody checked this. You guys checked every single other room except for the one that goes downstairs.
See,
So.
like literally
Course.
before we go down, that's what I was going to do over here was ask if I could look for traps.
You guys haven't gone down over there yet. But I mean, Kara made a
know, I'm
perception
waiting.
check. That's the perception check is essentially checking the door. You're not checking it. I mean, you're kind of by default checking it as you walk past it. You kind of get a free perception check to check it. It's just either if you wanted to check it before you go down, you either get a result or you don't. And if you just go through, you still get the check. It's just if you fail the check, then you trip the trap. So
Yeah, that's why I was going to check before I go down. This is going to end with us like rolling new characters. I swear.
No.
We're
Does a
not going to
16
get
hit
very
your
far
AC,
into this
Kara?
campaign.
What'd you say?
Does a 16 hit you?
Let me see.
I think 16
Shit!
hits all of us except for maybe Elmo.
Yeah.
Not Jacina.
All right, so Kara, you take 4 piercing damage and make a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh.
Oh, it's fucking poisoned. Of course it's
It was
poisoned.
dipped in poop.
Hold on. You said 4?
Yeah, 4 damage and then a Constitution saving throw.
Note to self: we were really bad at Gygax campaigns.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys did check all the other rooms.
It
Just the one that you're
To be-
actually going down.
To be fair, even though I specifically said that we should check every single entrance and exit,
15.
Jacina probably would have forgot to check when she was leading the way. But she was smart enough to know that the rogue should always go first, and that rogue
Yeah.
should know that. Rogue should know that.
Yeah,
So,
you'll notice Pantalk has me going first from now on.
yeah, Pantox doesn't want to lead the way anymore.
Kara, you do feel a little bit woozy, but you're able to kind of shake it off, and you're not nothing additional affects you other than the piercing damage. But yeah, you see that tripwire was kind of like haphazardly nailed along the wall and leads to a broken box in the corner here, where there's like a really old half broken crossbow that was triggered to the tripwire. So it's gone now.
That's
the
okay,
tripwire
because
is done.
Kara didn't see Pantok get hit with the trap, and I don't think he
Yeah.
ever asked him what happened to his bleeding leg. So now Kara figured it out, and it's like, oh, I've learned something.
Just used to seeing things like that
I'm-
randomly.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so the rest of the party follows up just fine, and we'll transition to the next map after we finish the other side. How would the other side like to approach this secret doorway?
Pantok says,
I
hey,
would
Toddy,
like
you
to
might
look
want to
for
check for
traps."
traps.
No shit.
Hey, I'll also
I would like to
check
look for. Yeah, I want to look for traps
You
on
did check
like
for traps.
before I
and you
open up
found
the
one.
door, and then when I open
you
up the
did.
door, I want to look inside.
Okay, so you open the door and go ahead and make a perception check to kind of check this whole kind of corridor as you peer down the hallway. No traps.
Great, and I wasted a natural 20.
You did not waste it.
Yeah, no. All right, so we're back where we were. Toddy, you're at the bottom of the staircase. Pantok right behind you, and the rest of the party, you are just now descending the staircase as it widens out, with Kara in the front.
Okay, do you guys?
And you've not yet crossed the threshold where the slime was previously.
Yeah. Do we see a slime up there still?
You know where to look. You look up, and it does not look like there is any new slime without a check.
Before we finish the stairs, Kara, do you want to give it a once over?
Yes.
All right, make a perception check.
Did you just roll for me?
No, I grabbed it and moved it over here.
I thought that was the roll one.
I would have been so mad. Oh.
Mm.
8.
It It doesn't
guess.
look like there's anything. You can't be sure, of course, but you knew exactly where that slime was, so you feel like if it was more slime, you would be able to see it. You would know right where to look, and you don't see any.
Just
But
seeing
in
that it
addition to that,
says-
there's nothing else.
Do you want me to check for traps?
Yes.
Don't see nothing. Looks clear to me. So head on down, Kara. Lead the way.
Lead the way, indeed. Please don't tell me there's like a landmine at the bottom of the staircase.
Keep going. I'll stop you if there's something.
Hey,
are you guys
That's
also
how
seeing a
the previous
description-
slime ended up on the ceiling.
Are you guys also getting a pop-up description for the map whenever you point at it?
No.
About House Dungeon 1-to-1 aspect ratio.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the description.
Yes.
Oh, yes, I see it.
Let's see if I can turn it off. I don't know.
Didn't do it on
It's
the other
always been
maps.
there.
What?
All right, guys. Looks good from here, I think.
Okay.
You can come down.
Do you remember which room the cultist robes were in? I think it was maybe this one.
Oh,
Okay.
One of
cool.
those two.
Let's check the north room. Kara, you want to go check it for traps before we head on in?
yeah.
Go
This
ahead.
room?
Oh. I think it was the one on the left with the cultist robe.
Oh.
The stepping on the bear trap and then a minute later doing a tripwire, it makes me think of the cartoon where they step on like the broom, it smacks, or the rage, it smacks in the
Oh
face.
yeah,
They
Simpsons.
turn around, take another
Nice
step,
job.
and they step on another one.
Oh my god. Can I check this door to see if it's like trapped of any sorts?
Yep, make a perception check.
13.
Does not appear to be booby trapped in any obvious way.
I slowly open the door.
All right, and nothing happens, and you peer into the room, and this is the room that contained a bunch of shields and leather armor and barrels, but it does not look like there's the cultist robe box in this room.
Okay. Guys, I think they moved the robe. They're gone.
I'm Frank and Sunny. Where's the robes?
They're not in here.
Where's the guy who wipes down the loads?
Hold on, be right back. Real quick.
Oh, sorry guys. Just let me know when you're finished in here. I'm the guy who wipes down the loads. As if the guy who wipes down the loads would identify himself that way. Like,
Clearly, you haven't spent a lot of time at porn shops.
It's a prestigious position.
Every
You
now
have
and
to work
again,
it
you'll
for
see the guy, and
years.
he'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I'm just the guy who cleans up afterwards."
Yeah, you
And
got.
you're like, "Oh, okay."
You have to work your way up to that position. You don't just start out. I wonder if a sham wow would be effective.
I'm sure you know
I've
if you
never
were in that
wondered.
if you worked in that position. Those are the types of things you gotta learn before you enter that trade.
Yeah, but sometimes you need a magic eraser.
I
When it's a real problem.
have a great idea for a really bad Mr. Clean commercial.
A stainless
sorry.
steel cat scour. Oh, good. Will was not here.
Yeah, no. Oh, what are you guys talking about?
Nothing real.
Cleaning supplies.
Sus.
Nope.
Yes, that's
Sus. Suspicious.
Very sus.
Speaking of suspicious, the robes, they're gone. They're gone.
We'll check the other room. Might be in there.
Check for traps.
Check for traps. Okay, I'm gonna check the door first of all,
Traps for
because
check.
doors are sus.
all right. Make a perception check.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah, if you're checking it, I'm gonna have you make a check.
I know, but yeah.
Oh, nice.
21.
This door seems to be exactly the same as you left it.
Open. Sesame.
It opens, and in this room there are only a couple of halberds. I think you guys took most of them.
We took glaives.
Yeah, you took. I think you took all the glaives. There's some halberds left, a bunch of spears, some battle axes, a bunch of bolts and arrows, and a wooden box with about 60 remaining black capes with the top
Cloaks.
off. Yes, black emblazoned eye cloaks.
That was easy. Why'd they move them here? Wait.
Probably was the room that. Just guessing. I thought it was this room, but I guess not.
Okay, fair enough.
I think it was our memories that moved.
Yo, guys, the cloaks are in here. Come on.
Well, okay, grab one for Elmo.
Elmo grabs one and he says, "Are we putting them on now, or what are we doing?"
Justina tosses on her cloak and says, "Yeah, let's go ahead and get prepared. Even if we don't end up needing them, they look cool."
Alrighty, he puts his cloak on and says, "Okay," and we're waiting for the code word or for them to come through the door, I guess.
Yep, so we're going to wait at this door for Kara to lead the way, and then I think this is the room we should wait in, listening for the code word. Pigeon cock.
All right, Kara.
Which means
I thought it was
it just means a pale... What?
nothing.
It just means a male pigeon, like a rooster cock.
Whatever. Kara throws on his cloak, and I bet it's not trapped, but I'm still gonna check this door.
Yep, perception check.
Yeah, we found the only true traps the hard way.
Natural 1.
You're not.
There wasn't a trap.
You're not confident one way or the other.
Well, open sesame, I guess.
You open the door and you feel some resistance as you pull on it, and it
What?
feels like there's a wire on the other side that's being tripped. But as you finish pulling the door open, you think it might have just been your paranoia because nothing happened.
Oh, thank God. Kara slips inside.
All right, Kara slips and slides, and Elmo and the rest of the party follows. And you're now waiting in here for the other people to signal.
Yep. Hey,
Pigeon cock is the danger signal. What's this? How are you guys signaling if there's no danger?
I thought pigeon cock was the bust-in signal.
Yeah. So if you're not busting in, what are you planning on doing? I don't think you guys planned for that.
I guess we didn't
Shit.
plan for that. We should have done that before we split up.
Well, I guess
shame nobody has the message spell.
I guess these people are waiting for pigeon cock, and these people will have to decide what to do if there's no need to call a pigeon cock. So, Toddy, you're first, and the latch to open the secret door is right in front of you.
Pantok says, "Okay, so let's come up with our own secret word that says that you want me to invis and come in the room, and then another word that says I should come in the room without invising, and I should just pretend to be a cultist with you, and I'll listen at the door."
Okay. What word?
I came up with the last one.
True.
Really? Are we going to leave coming up with a key code word in my hands? Does this sound like a good idea to anyone?
I'm looking forward to it.
The highlight of the night.
All right. If I want you to come in invisibly, I'm going to say titty fuck. If I want you to just walk in like a regular cultist, a man is just standing there staring at me right now, I'm going to say booty fuck.
But what if you just are gonna have sex?
And then he just said, "Why can't you be normal?"
What if the ogre says, "Me want to have sex with you. Which way do you want it?" Then you're like, "No," and you're like, "Vanilla."
Well, then I guess I'm going to have to pick whichever way I want it, aren't I?
Okay. And
All right.
and I
So you've got
I
3
have to
code words
remember.
established. One code word means everyone bust in, arms blazing. One code word means Pantuck come in invisibly, and one code word means it's safe to come in, pretend to be a cultist.
Yep.
Yep, and I hope you remember which one was which, Pantalk.
I don't.
I hope I don't. While they're doing that, Justina wants to check this wall for hidden doors.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check as you quietly and carefully check this wall and feel around it.
God damn it.
All right, we'll resolve
Some
that roll in a moment.
Wonderful rolls tonight.
Toddy, are you opening the secret door?
I'm checking for traps first.
All right, make a perception check.
So 5, I think.
Rip.
Nothing appears different, but you don't really see any signs of any traps.
Okay. I open the door and I walk in. Do I see the ogre?
All right, the door grinds open as it slides into the wall and kind of like sideways, and you do see the ogre. He
In
is
that case-
sitting. Oh, in that case, what?
I was going to say, when I walk in, you finish your description, sorry.
Okay, as you walk in, you see the ogre sitting there. He notices the door open, and he's kind of like rolls his eyes and stands up. But before he does that, he was sitting on the ground, munching on some bones. You hear the sickening crunch of crunch, 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 and there's some fresh bones in front of him. And he stands up and picks up his axe and looks at you expectantly. He does not recognize you in your disguised form, but he sees the cloak.
So I make the first hand sign where I do the cross with my arms up above my head as I walk in. But then I kind of make like I'm faking a second hand sign just in case they switched it up. And I kind of lower my arms and just kind of do a little something like I'm faking it. Because it dawned on me, what if they added to the hand sign because of, the traps and stuff? So I'm just kind of faking it as I walk in.
Good call. Good call. He does see you do the cross arm thing, and as soon as he does, he completely ignores you, drops his battle axe, and goes back to chewing on his bones.
All right. So I walk into the room and then I realize I did not come up with a plan for what I do once I'm actually in the room.
As we're walking down the stairs, Pantok would like to give this suggestion. Get
Yes.
information about how many cultists there are, where the secret door is, how frequently they come through, and try to convince him that you're bringing some new cultists that have recently been recruited that are going to head into the cult area. And if all
Got
of
it.
that somehow succeeds, tell him that we're going to be running drills. So if he hears anyone shouting for help after we've gone through the door, to definitely ignore it. Yes.
Brilliant. I look at the ogre and I say, "Hey, you."
He ignores you and looks up at you for a second, and then looks back to his food and continues chewing and grunts like a what?
I'm an inspector from upstate, and I'm here to talk to you.
He says, "You no talk, me eating. What you want?"
I was here to inspect to see how good of a job you and the rest of the cultists are doing. I need to take inventory. How many other of us are there on hand right now?
What are your numbers and positions?
He says, "Me no know. Lots of different people come up and talk to me and bring prisoners. Me no care. Me just know smash if they no have cloak and do sign, and not smash if they have cloak and do sign. Me no care. Me eating. You leave me alone."
Well, I assume that there are many of them stationed through the other passageway. Is that correct?
He says, "Probably they just."
You show me.
He says, he points to the door that's right behind you, and he says, "They come through there and bring yummy prisoners."
Then where do they go?
He points to the door and says, "They go through there and come back with yummy prisoners."
They never come through other way through here?
He says, "Sometimes they leave through that way and come back through that way, but usually they come through that way."
Interesting. So they don't ever go through any other ways in here.
He says, "No, well, sometime they go in prisoner room and leave prisoner for me to eat, but only 3 door in this room, so no know where else they may come from."
Good job. That's a good job. You can count to 3. I'm proud of you. You're doing a very good job. Do you currently have any more prisoner snacks sitting on hand waiting?
He says, "Oh yes, new snack just came. Me waiting to eat. Delicious. Me full right now
Ah,
though,
good.
so take a break."
Ah, okay. That good. That good.
I love how this is going.
I'll be right back.
He completely ignores that statement and goes back to eating, happy that he can continue his eating.
Basically, this ogre dumb. He doesn't know jack shit, I say to Pantok. Although he has definitely confirmed there is another prisoner, and there's only this way in and out. So the other secret passage is somewhere else in here. So do I go back in and signal for everybody to attack, do you think?
Well, I mean, there is
He's
that.
busy eating.
Well, there is that antechamber, so there could be a hidden area in there. I don't think there would be.
I don't
one
know
in
what
the-
an antechamber is. Is that like the place where I used to go with
It's like
my
a-
mom's sister?
It's like a pre-entrance, so it's like you have the entrance, and then you have like the area right before the entrance where it's like you can like take your shoes off and stuff.
the foyer.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, foyer. Okay.
Using
All
fancy
right.
words for
Well
a
then,
dungeon. Or the
well, I think
this room, the torture room. I could also
I see.
potentially see. I don't think we checked for secret doors there, so you could also ask him if you can just check all the walls in there just to be certain. You could bring me in and tell him that we're the room inspector is making sure that all the walls or all the masonry
Okay.
is in good condition. And if we find
Well, we
nothing,
should-
then we could head on to our party and explore the rest of the dungeon down here.
Yeah, but I really feel like we're skipping out on a lot of opportunities to kill this ogre, or we're gonna have to anyways.
Well, I think we definitely. I want to kill the ogre. I don't see any good it in keeping the ogre alive, but I also don't see a reason to rush into trying to attack him when we haven't seen the cultists yet.
I wish we had some sort of like sleeping poison. He's literally eating right now.
We can just kill him, but it doesn't hurt anything to leave him alive for right now. Let's try to find the cultists, and then
Doesn't hurt anything except for the other prisoner he's getting ready to eat soon.
he said he just ate, so he's not hungry yet. We've got some time.
Okay. All right. Let's go back in and we're gonna do a thorough search of the walls. All right, I'm gonna go in first again. All right, so I go ahead and go in again and I make the sign again.
He just because he literally just saw you, he just ignores you when you walk in.
All right. I'm just letting you know I have a fellow inspector coming in. We're inspecting for the secret passage.
He says, "Yeah, do whatever. Me hungry. Me eating."
Pantok comes in the
Don't
room and
bother.
says,
And then I say
"Hello."
booty fuck.
Pantok comes in the room and says, "Hello, I'm a Swedish plumber. I'm here to check the pipes."
I think
I
that's
had
the
to
one
say
that made
booty fuck.
invisibility.
That way Pantek knew to come in.
Pantok comes in and said he's a Swedish plumber here to check the pipes. Ogre does not care. He is eating, and no one's
Right.
attacking him or trying to sneak past him, so he doesn't care.
Pantok does
All right,
again
let's
sign.
search for hidden passages.
Okay, you search there, and
Okay.
I'll search over here. And Pantok searches, being careful not to screw with the ogre's bed situation.
Yeah, he looks at you a little bit weird as you're going towards his bed, but as long as you stick to the wall, he doesn't care.
Not touching
you can
your
both make
stuff, Ogie.
you can both make perception checks.
Hmm. 8 plus 4, 12 perception.
Okay, and the other one.
13.
Okay, you thoroughly search all 4 walls within this room, and you don't find anything that could even indicate the presence of a secret passage other than this one. This door, of course, however, is barred from the outside as it was when there were prisoners before. But as you approach that door, he doesn't really seem to care that you're going near that door. He seems focused on eating.
All right, well. All right,
Okay.
come
Let's
over
rejoin the
here,
party.
other inspector. I guess let's go ahead and go. We got more inspecting of this place to do. But, Mr. Ogre, we will be back, I'm sure, eventually.
He grunts carelessly.
All right, let's go through this door over into here.
The door is trapped. Haha! No, just kidding. It's not.
Oh, that would be fucking hilarious.
I was guessing it wouldn't be since this is the one that they're like going through, but also it just thought it would be funny to take some more damage. Okay. Hey guys, we talked to the ogre, and it does not seem like the hidden passage is in that room. So I'm thinking that we check this room and then the torture chamber.
Sure.
Justina says,
There's-
"Oh, I've actually checked this wall for a secret passage, and
And
I got an 8."
Maybe we should all
mind
check
if-
too, just in case. Can I check for a secret passage? Not that I don't trust you, Justina, but I want to check for non-meta reasons.
Sure, give it a check. I don't think that
Go
I
for
did
it.
a great job, so
Well, it's really up to Jake, so
Go for it.
Tutty, just saying. If you need help, I'm the professional here.
natural one.
You
Nice.
find nothing.
Not only that, a bad trap appears, you don't sense it, and it gets your fingers.
Owie. Okay, let the professional handle this. Shit, don't fall.
nice.
That is a perception check, right?
Yeah.
19.
You are confident that this wall contains no secret doors or anything of interest.
This is not a secret door wall. My professional opinion has been stated.
Okay.
Haro-
I guess we'll go to other rooms. I
Yeah.
kind of want to check this room again.
Elmo says,
back here.
"Wait, did you say that he had a prisoner? Are we just abandoning that prisoner? That doesn't seem
He had
like
a
a very
prisoner?
adventure-like
No,
thing to
but
do."
we're going to end up going in, rescuing the prisoner, going back to town, coming back, rinse, repeat. Pantok steps in another trap. So I figured we'd search and try and find where the rest of the dungeon is first, at least, and then we would either go explore the rest of the dungeon, or we'd go kill the ogre and then go explore the rest of the dungeon.
Yeah, we're definitely killing the ogre before we leave, and we'll free the prisoner.
He says, "All right, as long as we're not going any further into the dungeon before we free the prisoner, I'm not comfortable leaving it there. Even if he just ate, ogres have a voracious hunger, and we don't know how long it'll be before he decides he's hungry again.
Guess
So
we're killing the ogre first, but let's search for the secret door first.
I feel like we
I-
should have just killed the ogre. How'd you guys flank him?
Let's find the door, and then
Ah.
once we know where the door is, then my OCD will be satisfied, and then we can slaughter the ogre.
he says, if it's a secret door we're looking for, that last prisoner seemed to have some decent information. It might not hurt to at least interrogate this prisoner and see what they know before we start bumbling around and bump into more traps."
In other words, the secret door is in the prisoner's room.
I mean, prisoners are prisoners, and who knows what kind of information they might have. The last one was a rogue who was spying around here, and he seemed to be able to have some decent information.
Yeah, he'd be cool to have.
I refuse to accept the meta help of a DMPC.
He says, "I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just a seasoned adventurer who happened to join you."
It's another gnome rogue. Oh, sure, a lot of gnome rogues.
No,
Every
it's
time
gonna
they
be
leave
him.
and come back. There's another gnome rogue.
It's going to be the same one. He's going to have been captured again.
Oh.
All right, I guess let's go back. I'll go in first, and we'll go check that room out. If that's what everybody, especially you, Elmo, wants to do.
He says, "I mean, we can do whatever we want. I just don't feel comfortable leaving a prisoner here. I think it's our duty to rescue them."
Okay,
Well,
well,
I didn't
Fair
either.
enough.
But I talked to Pantok, and Pantok was like, "Yeah, we can leave him. We'll come back and get him in a minute."
okay, well, tell the ogre that we're gonna take this. We're gonna move this prisoner, and then we're gonna bring a few more back, and that we're all gonna wait guard in the room, and then let's just fucking kill the ogre
Or okay.
after
So,
you
wait.
get the prisoner.
Or should we kill the ogre and then free the prisoner? Otherwise, we have to worry about having a prisoner who might get killed in the fight.
If you just, I'm fine. Let's just kill
How
him.
about we go? I go in, I distract the ogre, and so that he's facing away, and then I'm going to say the titty cock phrase or whatever it was, pigeonhole, and then you guys come in and we kill the ogre.
We should all be in at the same time, and then say the pigeon titty, and then we can just start blasting away at it. That way, we don't have to wait for us to move in. I think.
Let's go in. I'll go in first. All right.
Elmo
so
says,
I go in.
Elmo says, "Well, you guys seem real intent on killing this ogre, and I think it's great that you wanna get the jump on him while he's distracted. But I mean, ogre's kind of hurt, and like that club could just bash one of our heads off in one swing. So I mean, I don't know if it's really the smartest thing to go confront an ogre who isn't attacking us, but." I mean, if you guys are ready for it, I'm down to try and kill it. It's obviously evil, but I mean, just thinking for our survival, I probably wouldn't attack him.
Does Jacina know what the max damage on an ogre club is?
A lot, like 20 probably.
Jesus.
It says, I mean, we could probably kill it, but like it doesn't seem to really be causing any problems for us right now. So I mean, we don't have to kill every single thing. If it's not hurting us.
We're killing the ogre, but point taken, Elmo. Let's just work on the Toddy. Just get the prisoner and bring him out to us, and let's see what he knows. But I still want to kill the ogre, just not right away.
Okay. I go in. I make the sign again, and I
Ignores
tell
you.
the ogre, "Hey, I have to go check on the prisoner for a minute. There's some information he might know before you eat him that I need to get from him."
He waves a hand to you and goes, "Yeah, don't care. I'm eating."
I unlock the door. I check for trap.
Okay, make a perception check to check for traps.
He's eating a
Watch
plate
me
of
waste
pizza
another
rolls
natural
and
20.
watching anime.
Oh, okay, so 22.
Not trapped.
Ah, wasted a good roll. All right, so I open the door and I go in.
All right. In the corner of the room, cowering, is a goblin, and it does not have this weapon, but there's no goblin minis without a weapon. So pretend it is wearing not tattered clothes, but just like not well made, just like regular goblin clothes. And it's sitting there cowering in the corner, and it sees you enter with your scar across your face and your scraggly beard and your cloak.
And my
And it says
enormous horse-sized dick.
It sneers at you and folds its arms and sidles up against the wall and just glares at you angrily.
I shut the door behind me. I want to check this room and see if I can find any hidden passages of any sort. See if there's anything in here like that.
Okay, make a perception check, and the goblin watches you as you do that.
$14.
Does not seem like there's anything secret hidden in this room that you can tell. And as you search the walls, the goblin says, "What are you looking for? You think I have something hidden in here? I have not even had enough time to escape. What do you suspect me of?"
I was looking for hidden passages. We found some prisoners in here before, and he's like, "We? Who's we?"
Found
I found
prisoners?
some prisoners in here
You
before,
brought
and we
prisoners?
rescued them.
Rescued? What are you talking about? You tried to deceive me?
Oh crap!
I'm an adventurer. This is a disguise. There's a bunch of us out there, blah blah blah, thinking about rescuing you.
He's not gonna let you
But-
get away with the blah blah blah.
Rescue? What do you mean rescue?
Someone's
You
used
rescue-
to it.
why
I
would you
wasn't blah
rescue
blah
me?
blah
You-
Jake. My character said blah blah blah.
You came here to rescue me? Why would you rescue me? Who cares about me? Why would you come here to
well,
rescue me?
I didn't come here to rescue you, but I
Oh.
feel kind of bad letting an ogre just eat you. So I was going to take you out of here when me and the rest of my party leave. But I was looking to see if there was any hidden doors or passages or anything connected to this room.
He says, "Well, there is a hidden passage out in the ogre's room."
Yes, I know about that one, but we know that there's another passage somewhere in here, and we know and so we've been trying to find it because we're trying to find the rest of this moat house.
He says, "If you really are here to capture me, if you really are here to rescue me, then I suppose you'll be able to figure it out yourself. But I don't trust that you're not the cultist here trying to get me to rat and whatever. So Of course, I'm not loyal to you and your cult, but I'm not so stupid as to fall for your tricks.
Okay, well, you can. I'll put it this way: you can stay here in this room, and that ogre is definitely going to eat you, or you can leave with me. Is a goblin small enough to fit under my robe?
Probably.
Can I just like hide him?
Probably.
Okay, so here's what I think we're going to. What I'm going to do is you're going to like crawl up and hang on my waist and hang on behind me underneath the rope, and I'm going to just try to walk out. If you're with you, you're going to be quiet. I'm going to lock the door behind, and we're just going to walk, and I'm just going to walk you out.
Doesn't he say that prisoners go back and forth all the time, and he wouldn't think it's that weird if you just march them out? But last time I know he did get a little butthurt.
Last time I had to pay him. This time I don't want to pay him again.
True.
The goblin says, I mean, it's a prisoner's duty to escape. So I don't suppose you could fault me for trying to escape. Although if you really are an adventurer, you'd understand that I can't just give you information because you might be a cultist lying to me, and that's the reason for them to just kill me straight up. So I'll come out with you, but I'm not going to give you any information until I know for sure that you're not a cultist in disguise.
Honestly, that's quite all right. I don't really care that much. It's just if you stay here, you're definitely going to get eaten. If you come with me, I can guarantee you that we're going to let you free because I'm not one of the cultists. I'm disguised. However, since you don't necessarily believe me, the worst that happens is it's a trick, and then you thought you were going to get free, and then you get put back in the cell, and then the ogre eats you anyway. So what do you have to lose going with?
He says, yeah, good point. Okay, let's go. And he hops up and
into my robes. Okay.
Yeah, he walks up to you and he buries his face in your robes.
Sus.
Hides up under my robe somehow. I don't know, clings onto my leg or hangs off of my back, whatever. Something under my robes.
Your disguised self in your robe is enough to hide him and conceal him as long as you walk slowly enough.
All right, so
he's only
now
like
we're
3 feet
going
tall.
to go ahead. Remember, be very quiet. Don't make any noise, okay?
He puts his finger up to his mouth.
Good answer. All right, so we walk out, and I turn and bar the door behind me and everything, and I tell the ogre, I say, he didn't know anything. He didn't know what I needed to know. So, but I will be back, so expect me again soon.
Ogre completely ignores you because there's nothing interesting you're doing to him.
And then I walk out of here, but I don't tell anybody that I have the goblin yet. And I go, hey guys, ha! And I open up my robes. Okay, no, I don't do that because that's kind of weird. Anyways, I go, look, secret goblin, pocket goblin, apocalypse. And I open up the robe and I tell the goblin to go ahead and hop out quietly.
The goblin hops out.
Good,
What?
the goblin believed your trick. Now we can kill it and eat it.
No, please!
Ah, you're funny.
I'm just a little goblin.
No.
Look
Yeah,
at
he
this way,
pops
the
out.
ogre would eat you alive and tear you limb from limb. We'll kill you first. It'll be quick and painless. I'm kidding. All right, we're going to go and look for that secret passage.
He pops out. He sees the rest of the party who are clearly not cultists. They kind of just got like adventurers' clothes with cultist cloaks thrown over them. And he says, oh, you weren't lying. You really did come here to rescue me.
No, again, I didn't come here to rescue you. I came here for other reasons. But as long as we're here and I find out that somebody's going to be eaten by an ogre, I'm not going to let them be eaten by the ogre.
Pantuck
He
says,
says-
I came here to rescue you.
He smiles at you and he says, since you clearly are really adventurers and there's no reason I would have to distrust you, he says, would you mind if I join you? Just I promise not to be in the way, and I promise not to be a burden, but I really want to get revenge on these cultists for what they did to me.
Ooh.
So
That's quite all right
I,
with me.
I would love to join you, at least until we kill every single living thing in here.
I don't see a problem with
Not
that. Does anybody
every
else?
single living thing.
But we
What?
are
Other
living
than you
things.
guys.
Tokage's still up there. Tokage's still up there.
No, don't tell them about Tokage, because when everything's said and done and we're going to leave, we can be like, and now you're food for our Tokage. What?
No!
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I just like to fuck with goblins.
He says
All
he
right.
starts to talk, but then he says,
We
"Let's."
know your kink.
He says,
Oh, by the yes,
What?
I do find female goblins very attractive. By the way, what's your name, Goblin friend? My name is Toddy.
He says, "My name is Krell."
Hi, Krell. It's nice to
Krell?
meet you, Krell.
Pentuck says, "My name is Kara."
He
My
says,
name
"Nice
is
to meet you, Pantok." I can see that by the name of your token. He says, before we speak any further, let's get a little bit further away from that ogre so he
Oh,
doesn't
yeah, good
overhear
idea.
our discussion.
That ogre's pretty dumb. So, but yeah, all right. Let's go. And we need to find this. I know that there's more to this dungeon, and I want to find the treasure.
He says, well, let me see if I can help you since you came all this way to rescue me. He says, me and my friend were up above, and we were just wandering through the swamp, and these cultists came by and saw us, and they asked us to join their cult. Like that's how cultists get more monster cultists. They're just like, hey, you want to join a cult? And they're just like, yeah, sure.
Just
And-
like Christians.
Oh, I figured they knocked on your door with a tract and introduced
And-
themselves.
And he says, but me and my friend, we had already escaped from a cult of our own, and we were not anxious to rejoin the same. So we refused, and they told us that we would be held prisoner and fed to the ogre if we didn't accept. And we've been in that god awful prison cell for the last 2 days, and just last night, my cellmate and lifelong best friend was the ogre came in to get me, and my friend volunteered to go instead, and a tear falls from his eye, and he says, so last night the ogre took my friend out, and I presume that pile of bones was them. So I'm dead set on getting revenge on these people, whether it costs my life or not. And he says, so I'll do anything I can to help you since you've proven that you're really here to help me.
Sounds like a really good friend.
He says, yes, they were.
Was.
Well, yeah. He chokes up. He says,
Oh.
well, what I can tell you is the people who led me down here, they led me down the secret passage to on the other wall, the wall. And he says, and after they left me, I heard that same wall open and shut. So wherever they're hiding, it must be somewhere that direction. He says, I'm sure of it. I didn't see where they went, but they went down the same passage that they took me down, which is this one right here.
We searched this room.
Which means that the
right?
secret passage might be in the secret passage. Oh
I
my
thought-
god.
I thought we searched that.
Did you?
I thought we did too, but
Shit. All right, let's go search it real quick.
we'd have to go back up and around. We're not going through the ogre room again because he's going to notice the prisoner I snuck out.
We'll leave the prisoner here, and just a couple of us go.
Krell starts sobbing. Krell starts sobbing, and he says, ogres don't really pay much attention to anything when they're devouring a corpse.
Wait, it's eating his friend now?
Oh.
Probably.
He says, I mean, I don't know what else would have happened to them. I didn't see another goblin around here, did you?
I
Mm-mm.
didn't really check to see what type of bones he was gnawing on, to be honest with you.
Wow!
Oh, no.
Let's not.
Krell!
My friend will not die for naught. Let's sneak past the ogre while he's distracted, just as long as we don't do anything to catch his attention.
I thought...
Couldn't we literally just go up the stairs, go back around, and then come back down?
Oh, I guess that works too.
That's what I was saying. I mean, it's the same distance. This way we don't have to sneak past and piss off an ogre again. There's only so many times we can go through that room in a row.
Pantok walks by.
The ogre ignores you as you walk by.
Justina walks by the ogre.
He looks at
Well, I'll
Justina,
stay here.
and
Justina
and
makes the
kinda
hand. Justina makes the hand sign.
as soon as she makes the hand sign, he goes back to eating his bones.
Okay. Yeah, it's just a hand sign. There's probably a block of text that says the ogre ignores anyone who makes the hand sign. Okay, so Justina and Pantok are going to search this room for a secret. If there is a secret, I'm going to be so mad because I was literally going to do that before we went in the ogre room, and I thought that I did, and if we find it, that means that I did not, and we
Make a perception check.
wasted all this time.
That would be hilarious.
I thought we checked it the first time. Okay, that was Pantok, and
I don't think we did.
that's going to be a +4, so 22.
1 second.
I
Son
thought
of a
we checked
bitch.
it the first time.
You absolutely didn't.
Well,
Or if you did, you must have failed.
Clearly.
Or the way that you phrased it, you thought we meant we were looking for the exit, the obvious one right there,
No.
and so
I
that's
mean, I
what we
guess we
meant.
just
Maybe.
didn't. I thought about it
I do
multiple
have the
times.
sessions recorded, but I will tell you, you got a 22. There, you're finding something. You definitely didn't. I was kind of afraid you would have, but you didn't.
I know that
I was
thought
afraid you were
about
just gonna skip this whole dungeon. I was afraid you found the secret passage, and I was like, okay, but they're not gonna find the secret passage in the secret passage, right? And then you investigate the whole rest of the
Motherfucker.
dungeon,
I was.
and then I was like,
I literally.
Nick, you
was
need to
going do
rewatch
it.
that stream
No,
tomorrow
I'm
and
sure.
find out.
I'm sure that we didn't, but it was something. Apparently, it's just a thing that I thought and never said. Unlike all the things that I say and never think. So,
all right. So
That's
this door here, I'm not using tab because my left hand is busy. This door opens with the pressure plate on the
you
far
don't need to
side.
tell us that. Ah, gross.
However, inside of here, there is a torch sconce that when it's pulled down, another passage opens, which you'll see in a second.
I am 99% positive you described the torch sconce the first time, because that rings a bell. But yeah, I don't think we asked to expect the torch.
This was one of the first rooms I thought about checking, but we just because you just pass through it. You know, it's real easy to just pass through because
Oh my god.
it's like you're just okay. Now let's go on through. But yeah,
Note
I
to
thought,
self,
oh, we should
if I
probably
ever
check
win
it.
the lotto, when I build my mansion with my secret passages, I'm going to install secret passages that are inside the secret passages, and then secret passages from those.
I mean,
Oh my god.
wouldn't it make sense to put the secret passage entrances in the same, within the same like corridor? I mean, that's like basic Wolfenstein rules. But whatever, at least we got to it an hour later, 6 hours later.
An hour
Five-
later, are you kidding? It's been
5
like
play
3 months.
sessions.
6 sessions later. Yeah, if you guys successfully if you just got down to the bottom and you were just like, yeah, let's search this room, let's just be safe, you would have just found the entrance to the rest of the dungeon and skipped this whole section. But let me see, hold on here.
Oh yeah, because we found this secret like right away, and then we just immediately went back up. Yeah, he's right. We could have found this area before we explored any other rest of the dungeon. Okay.
Oh, but now we're split up. Fuck.
Here, I mean,
That'll
you
be
can
a
go
lot
back.
more funny when we go and watch that episode and just watch us just totally blaze on past it.
Yeah.
Watch me say, "Hey guys, should we check for a secret room?" And then everyone else says something, and then we just get distracted and move on.
Do you like how the dungeon just doubled in size?
I noticed that right away. I was
Oh,
expecting.
no.
I thought it would be this little area here, and I'm like, okay, I guess there's like one room or something.
I was confident it was still somewhere in the ogre room.
You're like, no, obviously that's the edge of the map. There's not going to be anything over there. Haha! Surprise! I can split them into multiple maps. Nothing is as it seems.
Well, seems like a good place to wrap it up. But
well,
go ahead with the description, but
we can wrap it up if you want, or you can explore until something happens. But there is a staircase down, and then a hallway that turns to the right.
Shouldn't you come back and get us?
You can. I think at the very least get the whole party combined here, so we can start here. And if you guys want to continue down, you can. We'll just see where it goes, but we can end anytime. Let's try and end on an even number. Let's try and end it at 11 o'clock.
Okay, so Pantalk says, I'll get the party, and he's going to trudge through the ogre room, making the hand sign as he does, and he's going to return to the party here, and he's going to say, hey guys, good news and bad news. The bad news is we missed the secret entrance in the secret entrance the first 7 times that we went through that room. But the good news is we found the rest of the dungeon, so come on, let's go. Just make the hand sign as you're walking through the ogre room. Come on, Stoner.
All right, Krell, you know what to do. And I open up my robes.
Yeah, Krell, he says he thinks that's a good idea. He sidles in your robe the whole way.
Uncomfortably, because I'm like, I can't.
Of course. No, but it's not real. So as it like flops on his head, it just phases through him, and he's like, Ogre doesn't care. He's munching on the bones.
Kara, would you like to lead ahead, or do you want to keep Justine up there?
If it's alright if I lead the way?
Yep, sounds good. Go ahead and position yourself as
Hell
far.
yeah!
Krell couldn't see anything because he was hiding under the cloak, but he heard the crunching of the bones, and so after the secret door shuts, he starts quietly sobbing.
I think Krell going to be surprised when
Kara.
an hour from now my disguise wears off and he finds out he's been hugging on a woman. Krell's going to be like, "Oh, so gross! I'm
Oh,
gay."
disgusting! Yeah.
Kara, first of all, Kara empathizes with little Krell over here. He's lost people in his life too, and he understands how emotionally painful it is. But we got shit to do right now.
Oh, you realize if instead of leveling up, we had just come straight back to the dungeon, Krell's friend would still be alive.
Oh. Or if you killed the
Oh.
ogre in the first place.
Yes, but apparently it would be really difficult for us to kill the ogre and all survive right now.
Yeah. Also true. They say, it's okay, we'll get revenge. Revenge
Actually,
is
there's more than one
great.
way to kill an ogre. We could just seal up both of the exits to the room, seal them up really well. He'll starve to death.
All right, so Kara, you're going ahead, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's see. 1 second.
Noah's saying he's ready to go, so let's go ahead and wrap up since we're about
Okay.
to get into some cool shit anyway.
All right, let's go
Yeah.
ahead and wrap up in just a second.
Oh god, here
hold
come
on.
the Sturges.
Yeah. Let me just reveal something.
Oh,
Hold on.
fuck.
This is where we get an invite to Strahd's castle, and we're like, "Well, let's go find Strahd."
Nope, just Strahd shows up. Hey guys.
Kara, how far are you going in this hallway?
Check
Up to
for
here.
traps.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Make a perception check as you walk down the hallway.
Shit.
Ooh, we don't say that word anymore. It's problematic.
Damn.
Gives me.
All right. You search the hallway and you see no traps, and you're searching down, checking for traps, and when you get right about here,
Oh.
hold on, and then we'll end here.
I'm gonna probably take damage when we start playing again. Awesome.
I don't have an object for this, but let's see, does a wall work?
Justina should have used Goodberry already.
Oh yeah, probably. I think it's like right. I think it's right here. Oh, it's locking to the thing. That's annoying. Close enough. As you walk through the hallway, you walk past, and oh wait, hold on. What was your roll?
Yeah. What was it? Don't roll it again.
Sorry?
What was your roll?
It's over here.
What was your total with perception?
Oh, 8.
Mm.
Sorry, 9.
You don't see anything. Nothing happened.
Wow.
You get to this crossroad, you're good.
Okay. Kara gives thumbs up. Oh, they're not behind me directly. That's okay.
They can see down the hallway if they're up to the hallway corner.
Is it clear to go through?
Yeah.
Kara gives a thumbs up.
Nothing triggered.
Okay, Justina is going to cast Goodberry. So 12 points. And she's going to give 6 to Pantok, which he immediately eats, so now he's back at full health. I forgot Goodberry is actually the most efficient healing spell. Oops.
Oh yeah, it actually is.
Yeah,
a consistent 10 HP for one spell slot.
Yeah, I was like, oh, too bad I didn't get Cure Wounds, and then I realized that it's actually better. And okay, one extra one to Pantok, so I'm gonna say 1 Goodberry. Okay, let's see, 6, 7, so I have 3 more. So Toddy, you take 1.
Thank you.
And I'm going to give 1 to what's his name?
Elmo?
Yes.
Rel.
6, 7, 8,
Okay,
9.
Elmo takes one.
And then Kara says, "Oh, hey, or Justina says, "Oh, Kara, I have a good berry for you." And she walks up to Kara to hand him a good berry.
Berry.
Make sure everyone
Yeah.
marks down those. And if you had any previous good berries, they're gone by now. So you have exactly what you got just now.
I forgot to erase the previous good berry since several days have gone by, and I just got another one, and so I just left it there.
Yeah, that works. I'm just letting you know if you had like 5 before, it doesn't go to 6. It would just be 1.
Yeah,
So-
they only last, what, 24 hours?
Yeah, 24. Yeah, sorry, I was looking at a completely different area. So ignore what I was doing. You didn't find anything at all here.
Oh, okay. I thought
I was.
Kara and
This is
Justina
the
were about to
area.
get separated.
Yeah, this is like a whole nother area, and I was like looking at it, and I was kind of confused about where things were. So I mean, there's probably traps later on. So
Uh-huh.
no, you're good for now. Obviously there is more going on, but no, I was looking at the wrong thing.
I should have taken the spell detect traps. I'm pretty sure that exists.
It sucks so bad, but yeah, I mean, it's not a terrible one. So yeah, since I thought that was a different thing than it was, we can wrap up here if you want.
Okay.
And it's a two-way split, so you're now continuing to explore the dungeon, and you can decide which way you want to go next time, and I'll just prepare for both directions.
Okay, well, I'm
And
gonna
you
go.
got a Gobby friend.
I'm gonna end the stream and log off. Oh, are we flipping the table?
Not yet, because after
'Cause
everyone
we're still
leaves,
playing it.
I'm gonna remove the shading just to test and make sure I have everything working right.
So
After everyone leaves.
Someone secretly stay logged on and quiet, so they can, and then take a screenshot. Okay.
Or we could let everything be a surprise when we actually, get to experience it.
I think we've had plenty of surprises. For
You've
one
had plenty of
campaign.
surprises.
Okay.
You've had plenty of surprises. I, however, haven't stepped in any traps yet. Please don't.
No
Please
trap?
don't.
I'm going to end this. Hey, it's 11 o'clock. That's perfect. I'm going to end the
Perfect.
stream and then I'm going to log off because I'm going to take Noah home.
Okay, GG, thanks for playing, everyone. And as far as I know, same time next week, I'm going to update the tracker thing so